7 o'clock in St. Louis. You're listening to TMA 101 ESPN, the show presented to you by Brown and Crouppen from the Stiefel Studios. Tim McKernan, Doug Vaughn, Martin Kilcoyne with you on the presentation. And, Doug, they are furious.
Oh, no. Why?
Well, because the show didn't start at 7 o'clock. And Jackson, Martin, and I were greeted by the board operator of Courtney Landrum's program on 106.5, The Arch, in a panic in the hallway, saying your station's not on the air. And we said, eh?
Has Ben Boyd clip our wiring again? He used to do that frequently.
Wow.
And he said that beeping sound means you're not on the air.
Oh.
We just thought Doug's strudel was ready. And there was a little beep going on. So I have to admit, Tim, when I come in here, usually the Vaughn and Garner are knee-deep in some sort of discussion. Now, today I walked in, and it was not taking place yet, but the audio from the mothership is coming through. Sometimes it's a little loud, and I really like to hear producer Pat's takes, but sometimes I just need a little break. So there's one slider over there that I can slide down that gives us a little bit of calm before the storm. That's TMA.
So you turned down the volume on the show?
On the mothership, just to take a little...
You turned it down in here. You didn't turn it down the actual knob that plays.
So I'm just saying, but I think all eyes are kind of on me because we got knocked off the air.
It wasn't your fault.
But I do that.
Now, are you being sincere, or is this Robin Williams and Matt Damon?
100% sincere.
So what happened?
I have no idea.
Okay.
Because there's one button where I can silence producer Pat, and I do that almost every day. Right. And then today we're off the air, and the question is fair. Did anybody touch anything? And I have to say, well, I did.
But you didn't. What you did with the slider you hit does not affect anything over the air.
Okay.
As long as did anyone touch a mouse?
Doug, did you touch a mouse?
I touched one at my computer.
What about a gerbil?
Not that mouse.
No.
The mother mouse.
No, I didn't touch
the mother mouse.
Okay.
Tim, just for fun, when it's the Vaughn and Garner talking pre-show, I thought it might be fun. I added drops to their conversation, so I may have. No, I didn't.
As long as sometimes things mess up, man.
What is happening? Okay. Jackson, what? Tim, are you okay? That's from Daddy Likey.
Everything's fine. Everything's fine.
Tim, okay. Well, they didn't ask you.
All the commercials played. There might have been a little bit there.
So the people are upset that we started at 7:01 and a half rather than 7 o'clock straight
up. I think 7:03 officially.
So if Dan Jansen calls, it'll be 3 minutes later than anticipated. If Jim or Steve call, they're going to be a couple minutes late to work.
Well, I apologize if anyone's day is now 3 minutes behind their usual routine. That's the last thing I want. Inconsistency can create bad habits.
Let's take some time away. But by the way, Tim, we're burying the lead. Look what Papers is wearing. Sharp.
Polos Plus.
Oh, there it is.
Wow.
PolosPlus.com, sponsor of the dossier. I'm telling you.
Look at this.
This Andrew Hubbard and Polos Plus. What do you got going on there, Papers? Model it for those in the Michelob Ultra YouTube chat. They are looking and they are liking.
Yeah, this is a Columbia quarter zip.
Daddy Likey.
You like it too.
Sharp.
Really nice. Got the TMA logo embroidered on there and looking handsome, if I may say so. It's kind of a beige, maybe even a taupe. And it's really comfortable, warm. And they have many other wonderful brands over at Polos Plus. Sponsor the dossier.
Yeah, it is a sponsor of the dossier. PolosPlus.com for your small or medium-sized business to get all of your merchandise. PolosPlus.com, longtime TMA listeners, and now TMA sponsor, PolosPlus.com, sponsor of the dossier. On the dossier today, it's a Friday tradition to have Joey Vitale and Gabe DeArmond on. That is going to take place with Joey at 8:45, Gabe DeArmond at 9:20. I think the headline guest, however, is Jim Drew. Doug, do you know who Jim Drew is?
I don't believe I do.
JD's dad.
Is that who it is?
No. St. Louis Business Journal writer.
Okay.
And to me, the story in St. Louis sports is the interview with David Hoffman. But you have to kind of be paying attention in order to be aware, because it wasn't like it's a game and it only has appeared in the St. Louis Business Journals. I don't see it in the Post-Dispatch this morning. I don't know why, but David Hoffman, who is buying the Post-Dispatch, has spoken in the St. Louis Business Journal saying that he wants to buy the Cardinals. Strikes me as noteworthy.
Right.
But maybe something's going on AM radio. So David Hoffman and his sons are buying a controlling stake in the Pittsburgh Penguins. Hoffman said he wants to eventually purchase the Cardinals after he pays off the Penguins. So he did an interview with the Business Journal, and Jim Drew is the author, and he is going to join us coming up on your polosplus.com dossier at 8:05. So that is the reason for Jim Drew's appearance on the program today.
And the Hoffman name's been really prominent in Augusta, bought up a lot of property out there and had some big designs. Remember, they're going to put a hotel, Augusta, out in the wine country. And if you go out there, there's a brand, the Hoffman brand, on the side of a lot of buildings. So that's where I think.
But it never really took off, did it?
Yeah, I'm not sure where that project is, but I think that's the first time locally you started hearing that name.
And I think he made his fortune with real estate in South Florida.
And AM radio.
In the Naples
is that
area.
right?
Yeah.
AM radio is where he got his billions?
He's offering the Cardinals some gift cards,
Okay.
Doug.
Guys, I have a subscription to the Business Journal, and trust me, it's well worth the money. That's from a former Post-Dispatch writer, Manute Bolaji.
Oh, my.
Well, I can't speak to what's going on there. I just was like, I'm looking forward to reading about this, and I just didn't see it. But it is in the Business Journal, and I know it was taking place at a Business Journal event, but it's still newsworthy. So here is the story for the record, because I realize, as far as subscriptions go, I've cut everything down to just browsers at this point. You guys still
They cover a lot of sports?
Depends.
Okay.
David Hoffman and his sons are buying a controlling stake in the Pittsburgh Penguins. Hoffman said he wants to eventually purchase the Cardinals after paying off the Penguins. Hockey teams have compounded at growth rates of 11 to 16% annually for 10 years. Editors note the story's now been updated with a statement from the St. Louis Cardinals. Billionaire David Hoffman said he came in second when the Blues were sold in 2012, but he said Thursday he has a new acquisition target in mind: the St. Louis Cardinals. The Washington, Missouri native and his sons are buying a controlling stake in the Penguins, pending approval from the NHL's Board of Governors. From there, he hopes to eventually keep adding to his professional sports portfolio. Quote, "What we plan to do is buy the Penguins, pay it off, and buy a baseball team. We'd like that to be the Cardinals," Hoffman said at the St. Louis Business Journal's Advance STL event at the St. Louis County Library, Clark Family Branch. In an interview after the event, Hoffman said he has not talked with the DeWitt family, owners of the Cardinals, about his interest in the team. When asked if the franchise is for sale, he replied, quote, "Everybody tells us no. We couldn't do that now anyway. We want to absorb what we bought in Pittsburgh when that goes through, and we want to pay that off. We think we can do that in 12 to 24 months. But if the DeWitt family members would be interested, we would talk." Bill DeWitt III said in a statement, quote, "Our family remains committed to St. Louis and the Cardinals. We have no plans to sell the team," end quote. The Cardinals ranked as the 11th most valuable MLB franchise at $2.5 billion in Forbes 2025 rankings, with operating income of $7 million. The DeWitt family has owned the Cardinals since 1995. Hoffman made his remarks Thursday as he discussed the value of investing in pro sports franchises. He was in attendance last week at a J.P. Morgan event where he said 50 of the 100 CEOs own pro sports teams. Quote, "The hockey teams have compounded at a growth rate of 11 to 16% for 10 years in a row. The all-local ownership group, led by Tom Stillman in 2012, acquired the Blues, the Peoria Rivermen, and the lease for the Enterprise Center for about $130 million. Hoffman said the Blues are now worth $1.3 billion. He also came in second when the Carolina Hurricanes were sold in 2021. So there is the backstory on his interest in the Cardinals, his purchase of the Pittsburgh Penguins, and Bill DeWitt III's response to said interest. Your thoughts, 314-399-9646, Air Comfort Service text inbox. You can call in at 314-974-0101, Callier and Thompson phone lines, and you're welcome to talk it over in our Michelob Ultra YouTube chat. The TMA STL YouTube channel is open. It's active with liquor in the front, poker in the rear, and Yokeville Hoosier and John Scores all talking it over with Go Stick 92. So there is the background. Doug, your thoughts?
My thoughts is I would be very surprised if the DeWitts were to sell. Bill DeWitt Jr. has been a baseball guy his entire life. The third is only 55 years old. He could run this for another 30 years or so. I would really be stunned if they were to sell the team to anyone, Hoffman or anyone else. I don't see it happening. I know they could make a huge profit if they did right now, but they've already got billions of dollars, and they've made tons of money from other businesses as well, not just baseball. So what are you going to do if you're a billionaire and you sell your team? What are you going to do then? What's more fun or challenging or interesting than owning a professional baseball team?
Arbor Day, Doug, as you know, is the 3-time Texter of the Year, and he says, quote, no plans is different than no interest or no intention. That's from Arbor Day. He is disseminating the words in the statement.
If you were DeWitt III, would you want to sell the team? You've already got more money than you could possibly spend. What are you going to do that's going to make your life more challenging and meaningful than owning the St. Louis Cardinals? What else are you going to do?
Well, if you're worried about the future of the game, maybe you get out while you can. If you think that down the road baseball is going to be less and less profitable, but I don't think they're looking to sell. I think that's a fair point. Would you take the call? Hey, Bill, David Hoffman, line 2. Do you take the call, Doug? Sure. What's the offer? But I don't think they're going to sell. But I think it's interesting. I didn't notice that. I've heard the Hoffman name. He's a Washmo native. I missed the fact that they had bought the Pittsburgh Penguins. I didn't realize that until this story came out. And bought it from the Fenway Sports Group. So the Red Sox people were owning the Penguins, Doug.
I thought Mario Lemieux had a share of the Penguins.
I can't keep track. But it's an interesting story for sure.
Jim Drew, the author of the story, will be our guest at 8:05. I want it on record that I, too, would like to buy the Cardinals. Doug, that's from MD 2020, so that is now 2 people.
Here come more offers.
Who want to buy the Cardinals. One who owns the Pittsburgh Penguins, and one who is an active listener for 4 hours a day on this program.
Okay.
Now, there are some outlets that would do these as publicity stunts to get attention. I think a lot of times it was offshore gambling. So I'm being serious. Remember when they would put out press releases that they were buying this team, that team, and people would talk about it? They would take the bait, and it was all a stunt. Clearly, that's not what this is. But when the Blues were for sale, there was a fax to the newsroom, and I forget the name of some casino that operated in the Caribbean or something. And people said, "Oh wow, is this serious? The Blues are being sold to, Bobby's Casino, in Jamaica." So all I did was I called Mark Sauer, who was the president of the Blues, friend of the show.
He was a friend of the show,
and he answered the phone, and he said, First of all, Martin, just tell me you are not calling me about this stupid. Tell me you're smarter than this. And I said, I have to. He goes, no, you're not. Don't even ask me. And I said, well, it came into the newsroom. I'm just doing a little. He goes, hold on, Google them right now. And so I Googled the company, and it said, offers to buy the Lakers, offers to buy the Yankees. So it was a publicity. That's not what this is, but there are people in the past who have done things. Doug Vaughn offers to buy the Cardinals, and then you get some clicks. But clearly, this family is extremely successful. I think they're based in Chicago now, but I think first heard about them locally with all the Augusta plants. Yeah. And I think there's even a little cruise boat that's up there off the bike trail. There's
the River to Perry yacht?
No, this is up in Augusta. There's a number of different things.
Oh yeah, it's called the Augusta too, isn't it?
Yeah, so they have tried to put a little money into that area as well, but I don't know where that stands. Maybe Jim Drew will know that.
Yeah. So for the record, he also has bought a controlling stake in the Post-Dispatch. For background.
Yeah. I can't think that would be a real wise investment.
I would like to know, what the model is there.
Data.
What's that?
You get a ton,
the data?
You get a massive amount of data with that.
What's that worth? I mean, I'm serious. I don't know what
kind of data are you talking about?
For advertisers. That's why a lot of the local news stuff gets bought by big conglomerates.
So that you've got the advertisers' phone numbers?
No, the user data that you can sell to advertisers. I'm not saying that's explicitly why this, that, or the other, but that's a big reason why some giant conglomerates buy up local media stuff.
I was a reason for the New York Times group to acquire The Athletic a couple of years ago. This was also an article in the Business Journal yesterday. He now controls 53% of Lee Enterprises after $50 million in investments. He said he will change the Post-Dispatch, which, quote, is a little too left. That was the statement in the story from yesterday.
You see, the Washington Post just laid off about a third of their staff?
Yes, a third. Absolutely.
Cut the sports department out completely?
Yeah.
I mean, if the Washington Post can't make it, I think they got to all be in trouble.
What makes you say that?
Because they're not making the money that they once did. Not even close. That's just what made me say it.
I think you backed it up pretty well. What made you say that? Well, here's why.
I listened to a podcast about the Washington Post. They cut, as you said, Doug, a third of the staff. And the podcast, and it was a reputable podcast, it was just like, well, Jeff Bezos has billions of dollars. I'm like, this is like talking with a Cardinal fan who just wants Bill DeWitt to just bankroll and take losses. It's like, hey, he might have a bunch of money.
That's how they got the money.
But you don't just take losses for the hell of it. I mean, things change. Newspapers had a wonderful run. The game has changed. It's just the way that things work. You can be mad at it, but that doesn't mean that you expect somebody to let you suck upon your teat forever.
Oh,
and
don't
just
say
let them
teat.
lose. I think I can. I think I've checked with that with counsel. And just have them lose money. It's the way that it works. So,
And MLB Networks just laid off a bunch of their writers, too, didn't they?
Well, John Denton was the local
John Denton got it, yeah.
version of that. So on the family website, Hoffman Family of Businesses, David Hoffman is a renowned entrepreneur, philanthropist. As the founder and chairman of Hoffman Family of Companies, he oversees a family-owned network of enterprises that employs over 17,000 people worldwide, more than 200 distinct brands and properties spanning 30 countries. Looks like they started as one of the search firms, executive search firm. That was one of their early businesses, and then now they're more involved in private equity. And it tells you, though, getting in on the Penguins, interest in the Cardinals, which I would take him at his word that he has interest, that those are good investments, that the sports values just keep going up, up, up.
Yeah, if you can hang on to them. I don't think they make a lot of money year to year, but boy, the value of it sure skyrockets.
do you think some of the Post-Dispatch data shows what the most popular breed of dog commenters use as their avatar? That's from Al in Dadeville, Doug, who was in studio yesterday getting that $10,000 check from Seth Goldcamp for winning the Design Air Heating and Cooling Emailer of the Month. Jackson, do you have the data on the most popular dog avatar of STL Today commenters?
You talking breed?
Yeah.
Yeah, you know I'm bad on breeds. I thought the bulldog at UGA was a pug. So I don't know.
Why wouldn't you have thought it was a bulldog if that's their nickname?
Because I'm kind of silly sometimes.
Oh, okay.
Cut that off.
Probably like some sort of doodle. A doodle or a spaniel.
Okay.
Well, you tell me.
Well, it's a bulldog.
Well, I know what UGA is, but what do you think the dog commenters are using most? Probably I'll just look up most popular
I've never
dog
really
breed.
thought much about that.
Alan Dadeville, Doug, he won the Design Air Heating and Cooling Emailer of the Month.
Okay.
And $10,000, the greatest prize ever given on this presentation. And if he asks a question, damn it, I think he's earned an answer.
Okay.
Wikipedia says the French bulldog is the most
That's
popular.
the most popular dog avatar for Hilljacks?
Well, now it's saying Labrador Retriever, which seems more right.
It's
The
gotta be
lab
something.
seems pretty prominent.
It would have to be something tough and cool. You couldn't put a poodle up there.
I think Doug's right. I like the thought process.
Now, I understand market economics loosely, but it is sad to me. I wish the Post-Dispatch was thriving. I wish, when we had the Globe Democrat, the Post-Dispatch, I realized things changed. So even though it is true, newspapers are largely going out of business, it does make me sad.
Yeah.
100%.
For sure.
Couldn't agree more.
I started every day of my life for 50 years or more reading the paper before I did anything else. I think a lot of people did.
When I was a really little kid in Milwaukee, I delivered the paper. Doug, was that the Journal Sentinel? I would deliver
I don't know
that.
what
it
you
was.
delivered.
Yeah. Boy, the Sunday paper was the worst. That thing weighed about 50 pounds.
How'd you deliver it? Bicycle? Just throwing them out there?
We, at the time, Doug, was that when we lived in a condo in
I don't
Milwaukee?
know. This is your life story.
So I could walk from condo to... It was actually pretty good for delivery because the condos were side by side by side. But what I remembered about the math of delivering the paper was that you didn't get paid. You had to pay like the weekly fee of however many papers they delivered. But then you would go, it was collection night, and you're knocking. I was like 10 years old, knocking on doors.
Oh, you had to go collect like a bookie?
That was part of the deal. But then you would get, this is almost like AM radio, you would get what was left over. So I always wondered what the math was. Well, shouldn't I be getting paid something? And they said, no. So when you collect, Here's what you owe for the week. Whatever. So if people were way behind and they caught up, then you made a ton that week. The math never seemed to make sense to
But
me.
it's possible you could lose money by being the distributor for the $1 million newspaper.
That's how I took it. My mom would get up on Sunday mornings. We have some photos of this, and just our entire living room was covered with newspapers because you had to tuck in all the coupons and everything.
Oh,
A lot of work. But viva la newspaper.
Alan Dadeville can have my wife come up to Drug Church to claim that prize. That's from the recovering alcoholic from Belleville and Webster Grove. So I didn't know that was something that was also
HVACs and wives being given away on
the
TMA.
program. Alan Dadeville was gassed up too much yesterday. Read more of the text from the guy who was complaining about his text not being read. That's from Rusty Pecker. Well, that doesn't really narrow it down. There are a large number of those who say their texts are being discriminated against, Doug.
Well, they'll have to deal with
But
that.
he got a chance. Alan Dadeville got a chance to see the text inbox, and so now that he has seen the volume of the texts, he can speak to the people about the number of texts that come in. Doug, how old was Mr. Martin when he delivered those papers?
That's
and
a good
also,
question.
what time would he start each morning? Do you remember? Thanks. Hashtag free perk. Hashtag softcore sports talk. That's Brian Henshin out in Santa Clara up early in the
It
morning.
seems like it's a question that should be directed to Martin and not me. I wasn't
Well, it would be
there.
nice if you knew your teammates.
I'm supposed to know how old you were when you were delivering newspapers?
Yeah.
I'll say 12.
We'll take the under.
No, I was about 10.
Yes.
Really?
Awesome.
Yeah.
See, I
So
know my
fourth
teammates.
grader.
Yeah.
You know how it is, Doug. Damn.
So we go back to when the
Jimmy?
newspapers were making tons of money. They had 10-year-olds doing their
Yeah.
distributing for them and possibly taking a loss.
Yes, that's what I remember.
Pretty good business model.
Let's see. This is Wedding Tackle. I was about to say it's Alan Dadeville. A 2026 sports show with a host old enough to tell us about his paper route back in the Depression. Nice. Get him off the air. That's from a Wedding Tackle.
Get them off the air.
I wouldn't mind. Take a little break.
You're going to take some time.
You guys take it from here.
Alan Dadeville is a delight. He is good people. That's from Scott's Wrinkled Ballsack.
If you're too young to remember life before the internet, I'm sure you can't imagine 10-year-olds going door to door delivering newspapers. It seems like something you'd see in an old-time movie.
Or guys that would deliver it out of the van, and they would just chuck the. You had to look out. You might lose an eye. They would just be.
Well, that happened. That was going on in my neighborhood like 10 years ago.
Yeah,
I think.
the van rolls down the street, and those guys, man, they should have taken them to spring training. They were just whoosh, out the window. It was a different time for you youngins.
Everyone had the paper right there on their driveway.
I don't know what caused this, but Shooter McGavin says, "Suck it, Webster." Was there any Webster reference in the program yet?
I don't know if there was.
7:25. I mean,
He's probably from Cottleville.
and it just woke up pissed at Webster
I think
because of
so.
the rivalry.
Yeah.
All
If you
right.
stay ready, you don't have to get ready.
Amen. Think about that, Doug.
Garner.
314-399-9646. That's how you can text into the Air Comfort Service text inbox. And, of course, you are welcome also to call into the Callier and Thompson phone lines. It's been a big week for the callers. Dan Jansen, really strong yesterday. Steve, the line cook from Joey B's in South
I
County.
wish he would call back. On a Friday, he's probably getting after it.
I can see him enjoying Thursday and maybe sleeping in a little bit today and then having a take. If you do have one, 314-974-0101, Callier and Thompson phone lines. And then, of course, you can open up your YouTube app. You type in TMASTL. Doug, now 6,520 subscribers.
Oh, that's good.
On that TMASTL YouTube channel. The Oakville Hoosier is talking to Bourbon Bob, who's talking to Trevor 41509. They're all in there. You can join in the conversation as well. So the author of the story for the Business Journal, Jim Drew, is going to be with us at 8:05, Joey Vitale at 8:45, and Gabe DeArmond at 9:20. Design, Air, Heating, and Cooling email of the day at 9:45. And also, Stupiracy Season 2 has debuted on the TMASTL podcast feed, the 101 ESPN podcast feed, and 105.7 The Point as Riz and I. Season 2 of Stupiracy. You can also watch that on YouTube, on the TMASTL YouTube channel and 105.7 The Point YouTube channel. So all that is there for you. Now your Friday morning has been set with the polosplus.com dossier here on the presentation. Email in for said Design, Air, Heating, and Cooling email today, the morning after at InsideSTL.com. Design Air online at DesignAirService.com. Seth Goldcamp was in here yesterday, and he gave the $10,000 $1,000 check to Alan Dadeville for winning the Design Air Heating and Cooling Email of the Month. It is Design Air, the longest-running sponsor on TMA. Martin's a client, Doug's a client, I'm a client. We welcome you to become a client as well. If you have any HVAC issues, go to designairservice.com. Support the sponsors, especially the longest-running sponsor on TMA, Design Air Heating and Cooling. The program's called The Morning After. It's presented to you by Brown and Crouppen from the Stiefel Studios on 101 ESPN and the TMA STL YouTube channel. Is it Rick Astley's birthday, Doug?
I don't know if
Now,
it's
here we go. Let me guess. No theme.
It's Rick Astley's birthday.
Yes!
Take it back. Paper's having a big Friday.
Now we got to guess how old he is.
I mean, if you want.
Yeah, that's what you do.
Let's see. This was big in the. Is this 80s?
Yeah, maybe 87, 86,
So
somewhere there.
if he was young 20s in the 80s and 40 years have gone by, so it's 63.
I'm going to go with his 60th birthday.
I think you guys are too low.
Really?
67.
Today is Rick Astley's 60th birthday.
60th.
Like I said.
I think I'm going to have a big show.
Oh, you could. Yeah, you might.
It's TMA 101 ESPN, the show presented to you by Brown and Crouppen, 7 o'clock hour, presented to you by Healthcare Evolution online at healthcare-evolution.com. That is Logan Taylor's business. And Doug, you were out there. Was that 2 weeks ago? Was that a week ago? Which one was it? Because Jackson hasn't been wearing a hat. 2 weeks?
Oh,
2 weeks.
Yeah, it's been 2 weeks. Yeah, my shoulder's loosening up.
Oh, how do you do?
It really is, yeah. It was stiff for, 4 or 5 years. But it is definitely loosening up. I may get my 98-mile-an-hour fastball back.
Nice.
I'm going back out there today. Just to pick,
is that right?
Just to pick up some product that they're using to help with my scalp.
Yeah.
Some newly developed products. So things are cooking. Healthcare Evolution.
Things are cooking. And
They're
you look fresh,
buddy.
They're
You look
cooking up
clean
something
cut.
special over there. Let me tell you that right now.
So if you have pain or you're interested in hair growth, as Jackson said, your scalp is
cooking.
It's cooking?
We're strengthening the scalp.
Strengthening the scalp.
Yeah.
Healthcare Evolution. It's healthcare-evolution.com. Got pain? The traditional healthcare system puts you in a waiting game. Weeks for primary care, weeks for specialists, physical therapy, MRIs, likely 2 to 3 months just to get answers. Or you can go to Healthcare Evolution right here in St. Louis. They look at your pain the same day and offers real treatment options right away, such as regenerative injections for pain relief and healing. Discover how Healthcare Evolution can help you get back to living life. Schedule your free consultation. Free consultation today with Healthcare Evolution. Why wait months to feel better? Go to healthcare-evolution.com. I was out there in December and found out that slap tear is no longer there in my left shoulder. And Doug, that has reinvigorated me to know that I am now free to get back in there and work out. So it is a wonderful, wonderful process, and it is quick as well. Healthcare-evolution.com, sponsor of the 7 o'clock hour here on TMA. We got a wide variety of things going on here. We were talking in the first segment of the Morning After on 101 ESPN about the article in the St. Louis Business Journal in which David Hoffman, a local gentleman who has acquired both the majority shares in Lee Enterprises, owner of the Post-Dispatch, but now the Pittsburgh Penguins, expressed his interest in buying the St. Louis Cardinals. Bill DeWitt III saying that they are not interested in a sale of the Cardinals. And so Jim Drew's going to join us at 8:05 on the polosplus.com dossier. Joey Vitale at 8:45. Gabe DeArmond at 9:20. What time is that Tigers Gamecocks matchup?
High noon, I think.
Is that right?
I think. Yeah, that's what I'm
What do
thinking.
you think the number is there, Papers? Missouri minus 2.5.
Yeah, probably maybe 3.5. Yeah, it's at high noon tomorrow, and looks. Let me find out that spread for you there, Tim. Let me just find that out for you. Give me.
Okay.
I don't like the tone. I feel like it's sarcastic.
Because he thinks he's going to get all his hair.
Because it's cooking?
Doesn't look like there's. Where are the odds at? Where are my odds at?
Okay. So that's happening at noon. Jackson's looking for Billikens, rah, rah, rah. Sold out. Chris May, athletic director, on the program in studio yesterday here in the Stiefel Studios, announcing a sellout for the LaSalle game. That's at 2 p.m. Doug, I'll go Billikens minus 15.5.
Oh, will you?
And then ILL, third straight weekend of a road game in a top 10 opponent's building. My goodness. 2 weeks ago, Purdue got them. Last Sunday, Nebraska got them. And now they take on Tommy Bizzo and the Michigan State Spartans, coming off a stunning loss to Minnesota on Wednesday night. So you'd have to think that Michigan State is going to be loaded for bear. Illinois will get their best, but ILL is trending. Beware. ILL. 7 p.m. start for that in East Lansing. So you might be sitting there going, boy, this is a slow week. If you watch SportsCenter, a lot of women's college basketball in the lead. They're not even talking about the Super Bowl, which is being treated like a grapefruit lead game.
I thought it was me that I just wasn't into it this year, but it feels the whole country doesn't care
I
much.
watched SportsCenter this morning, and it was women's college basketball is the lead. And they did a little NBA lookout Papers.
Yeah.
And then, like in the second segment, and then they have Orlovsky on the set. I mean, nothing says the game isn't big if he's on the set. All due
yelling at
respect,
kids.
he's
Was he
yelling at the
talking
kids.
youth sports?
Yeah.
He's talking to Steve Levy.
Well, this year,
the guy with the brooch.
There doesn't seem to be an overwhelming storyline to the Super Bowl. There's not somebody looking to break a record. There's not a coach trying to win it for the 8th time, or a really well-known quarterback that everybody
What
loves.
percentage of people listening to this program could name the head coach of the Seattle Seahawks?
5.
5%?
I'm gonna go over that,
Yeah.
but I don't think you're
Like
too
20,
far
30%
off.
probably.
I would probably go in the 15-20%.
I'd say they'd get close and say, is he one of the mics? Yeah, what was it? God, he was on the I think they could get close, but I think it's about 20, 30%.
I
They know
think
Mike
that's high.
McDonald's name.
Yeah, I think that's high.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't.
And no news of the week, really. I mean, I think Tom Brady saying he wasn't rooting for the Patriots has been the most notable comment that's come out of the week. By the way, Tim, I made a call yesterday.
4.5
This is not
months,
a
the number.
surprise yet. I'm trying to get Greg Olson on the show to talk about his youth sports.
Are you serious?
Yeah, I'm serious.
Oh, that's
So
outstanding.
it's early stages. He's going to be on the call so we could play the Fox angle. There's a flag football game in March in Saudi Arabia where Tom Brady's the quarterback. Did you hear about this?
Oh, God,
I am
no.
completely oblivious.
It's I was somewhat aware, and yesterday I found out more. It's on Fox in March. It's a flag football game in Saudi Arabia with former NFL players, and Tom Brady's the quarterback for both teams. But apparently, Burkhardt and Greg Olson are calling the game from Saudi Arabia. So as we get closer to that, I think we can get them on. So Tim will hype the game, and then we'll move on quickly to what we want to talk about, his podcast.
How much money do they have to be throwing at these people to get Tom Brady to go play flag football in Saudi Arabia?
He's the quarterback for both teams. This is what I was told. Let's see. Saudi Arabia. It's the first major NFL-affiliated event in Saudi Arabia, a Fanatics Flag Football Classic in Riyadh, March 21st, 2026. Doug, that's at Kingdom Arena.
Okay.
You and Hens,
It's
you want to put in
indoors.
for credentials.
Indoors.
Holy crap. I legit thought the Seahawks head coach was still Pete Carroll. Doug, that's from the Linda Sniffer.
I think that exists.
He's in and out of with the Raiders already since then.
The Super Bowl's on NBC, Martin. That's from Harrison's brother Master.
Was that reference at all? Can we get Ray Liotta in the on-deck circle? I feel like Harrison's brother's going to have a big day.
He's got
think
the,
so?
he's got the
Nobody
donut on the
referenced
pistol.
what channel the game was on. Don't care. Thanks. This is the perfect year to go to a Super Bowl party where it's just background, where you don't have to really worry about. Play your squares. That's it.
I mean, the game strikes me as so it's going to go over because it strikes me as so obvious that it's an under. That's the world in which my mind inhabits, Jackson. What do you think?
Doesn't it smell like a first half under, and then the second half
I can
they'll
see that.
ramp
And
up the scoring?
the first half total is 23.5.
Yeah.
And then the overall is 45.5, and the Patriots are 4.5 point underdogs.
Like
Yeah,
weird
I like the-
crap, like a fumble gets returned.
I like the first half under.
You know, that's your play?
Yeah, first half under, and then I could see the second half going crazy with all sorts of random nonsense.
You said Fox had the game. That's from Grandma Johan.
I said that about the Tom Brady flag football game. I didn't say it about the Super Bowl.
Maybe you need time away.
That new Billiken cap looks good on you, though.
Does it? I don't wear a hat well, so it's
I don't
a
either.
struggle. It's a struggle. Now, is this one where you leave the brim flat?
No, you should bend it.
Can I bend it? I was bending
Please.
it. I wasn't sure if that was.
You gotta get a steamer, rubber band, and a water bottle.
steamer.
Hold on a second. What's this?
You steam the bill.
Doug, you steam.
How about you just fold it for 2 seconds?
No, then you'll get the TP effect.
You don't want a TP effect.
What you're going to want to do is you're going to want to grab a steamer, steam that bill to high heaven,
Too much work.
and then you're going to take a water bottle, curve the bill around the water bottle, rubber band around the water bottle and bill. Leave that for about 25 minutes, and you'll have a beautiful ball cap.
How did you break in a new baseball glove?
Run it over, shaving cream. Nowadays, they
over?
got like a humidor,
Yeah.
but the shaving
Humidors for hats?
humidor is for ball gloves. They got like some
You have a
that.
problem with that term, ball
Yeah,
glove?
I didn't like it
knew
at
you were
all.
pissed by that. Doug's pissed.
Baseball glove.
Okay. baseball glove. They have like humidors for it, but it used to be like shaving cream, and then you'd run over it with the car.
And don't say mitt unless you're also saying first baseman's mitt or catcher's mitt.
I would never say mitt.
I'm not saying my mitt.
I'm not from the East Coast. I don't have a catch.
No, you didn't, Martin. Play the audio back, Chairman. That's from Harrison's brother, Master.
What do you want, fucko? You want
There it is. Harrison's
Brady-
brother, Master, is the worst human being on the planet.
There's
Oh,
texter
a
of the
month
day.
Sundays.
Texter of the
That's
day.
the texter of the day.
Texter of the day right there.
A month of Sundays.
Oh, good name.
What's interesting about this flag football, which is on Fox, the Super Bowl is on NBC. Never heard of it. Is Tom Brady's the quarterback, but they have current stars also playing. If I'm the Saquon Barkley, CeeDee Lamb, Christian McCaffrey are playing in this game, I don't know. If I'm an NFL team, I'd say,
No, you'd say, hell no.
I
You're
thought
not
that
playing.
when I was watching highlights of, I wasn't watching it live, of the Pro Bowl. And I'm thinking, I mean, I know they're out there just messing around, but God, wouldn't that be the worst?
Well, it wasn't that long ago that they played an actual football game for the Pro Bowl.
Yeah, Sean Taylor sent a message.
Yeah. I mean, for years, that was one of the best shows of the year.
Joe Flacco said the other day that it's the hardest he would ever get hit was at the Pro Bowl.
Yeah. Yeah, now we're worried about him playing flag football. But if I was the team owner, the GM, or the head coach, I wouldn't want my guys screwing around in Saudi Arabia. And then I'm sure they're making stupid money to do this.
They said Fox denied a report they were being paid $75 million for the event.
It's probably more than that.
March 21st. On
They
the
love the
Old
fans, not money.
Do you have any interest in watching games like that? Watching guys go like three-quarter speed
I think
playing
with the
flag
star
football?
quality there, you might watch. And Greg Olson teaming with Burkhardt yet again in the booth. That'll relate to us getting him on the show, Tim. It's all connected.
Okay.
My answer to that question would be no.
No, I
have
don't have any interest at all in that.
zero interest in it. And I don't really understand it. But whoever is in charge of the Saudi PIF that has done so well with the Live Golf investment and now their flag football game
They're pivoting flag football.
it might wind up having a sit down.
Paying Cristiano Ronaldo a small nation's GDP to go play soccer.
How much would it take for them to buy our show and have us do it in Riyadh? What would they have to offer you to say, all right, this whole show is going to Riyadh?
I mean, we already are so well.
It would have to be like $10 million a year, right? To move over there? No, thank you. No, thank you.
Look at you. Look at you. You love America, don't you, Jack?
Yeah, compared to Saudi Arabia, you bet.
Doug, are you excited about the fact flag football makes its Olympic debut in 2028? So this is all sort of a ramp up to that.
Yeah, well, there's very few sports that are more fun to play than flag football. Flag football is great, but
Right.
watching other people play it, it doesn't have the same
I agree.
pizzazz.
It's like watching wiffle ball.
Yeah, I mean it's a really good game. It's becoming a big thing nationwide for women too.
Guys, Jackson's on a heater with the drops. That's from Mario Cristobal's biggest hater. But I'm not sure because Nevin Shapiro is still...
I can't decide if Nevin Shapiro's on board or not with the Miami program.
I mean, I don't... Doug, the season ended a few weeks ago for the Hurricanes, but Nevin just keeps churning out the content. Doug, take a listen.
The music is scary. Watch what I'm doing with my hands. Scary. Okay.
What do we have here, Papers?
They're talking about Miami's best win of the season.
Oh God.
We beat up a bully. What would you say the win was this year that was a
afraid.
defining moment that changed the program going forward for Miami? That where you really said,
good
you know
question.
what?
But for me, I think when we really felt that confidence as a program is beating Ohio State.
Yeah, that was for me.
Yeah, because we beat up a bully. It felt good to beat those guys because they're good. They're the most talented team in America, personnel-wise.
I feel like somebody's sneaking up behind me.
Papers, you're the drop king. If you find the... Gosh, was it a current affair or hardcover that had that...
Current affair.
If you would
Mario Boyle.
have that handy, Papers, I think on occasion when we make a great point, if you hit that a current affair little sounder, it'll sound like we're smarter than we are.
Okay, I'll try to find
Because
that.
Nevin Shapiro clearly adding sound effects sounds dramatic, even though he's discussing a season now, Doug, that's in the rearview mirror.
The bully.
He seems to be going back over game by game.
Well, maybe that's all he's got. Maybe it's all Hurricane football all the time.
Even Mario Cristobal's biggest hater said season's over.
Yep.
How are they still talking about it?
That's a great question. Nevin is doing his grades for everybody on the roster.
Is he really?
And now he just gave out Mario Cristobal's grade. Doug, what do you think, Nevin?
I'd give him an A. He got his team to the national championship
Nope,
game.
nope, he did not get it. Take a listen.
Okay. We'll hit the lever, pal.
Well, I gave him an assignment, and now you gave him an assignment.
Okay, here we go.
Mario gets a B+. If he would have won the national title, I would have given him a B+.
Oh, that's big of you.
Because he still had to go through that learning curve of those losses.
Things you know that he doesn't.
Still a great grade, you know.
It's where he deserves. He's got us right, man. Everything just can't go straight up, Mike. In life, it's going to go. That's it. Win or lose the national title, you got a B+ for me.
Even if he'd won the national championship, still not an A.
They beat Texas A&M in College Station. They beat Ohio State, neutral site. They got Hotty Toddy, good gosh almighty, and they were driving with a chance to win the national championship. B+ is the grade. The co-host of Nevin's Revenue Negative podcast wears those hats that have the text backwards and upside down. It's like SGO Kai hit puberty. That's from Al in Dadeville. Jackson, what are your thoughts on those hats?
The upside down text hat, hate it. I like the upside down logo. It's
You
really.
don't see a lot of those in the Central Corridor.
Sometimes you do. I personally don't get it. I don't think it looks very good.
If it's upside down, does that mean you hate it?
No, it should. That would make sense.
That's what they do with the flag.
Right,
I'm
right,
mad at
right.
Flying the flag upside down.
Correct. But no, this doesn't represent that. I don't know. I think people are running out of creativity, maybe. I'm not sure, though. I think like a baseball cap looks good. Like, I don't like with the logo the right way up. That's my take.
Well, yeah, most everyone else does, too.
I always wanted somebody to make a 2 Fox logo, which, Doug, it's Fox 2. The pretend skipper, Tony La Russa, called it the 2 Fox, and, it sort of stuck. And I always thought it'd be a cool hat.
Guys, play the sounder when you guys talk stock tips and swingers. That's from the Swing Haven board member. We have a sounder for that?
I don't think so, but
Papers is getting hit with a lot over there.
Yeah, I don't recall that.
I want that scary music playing behind our conversation.
Was that Terms of Endearment? Road to Perdition?
I don't know. We used to play some of that Masters music behind our golf chatter.
Oh, the Masters
It's a
is fast
whisper.
approaching. 2 months away from the azaleas in full bloom.
All right.
Oh, look at
Flowers and other courses, too.
the fathers and sons traversing the hilly terrain. It's hillier than you would think here at Augusta. Oh, the dogwoods.
Yeah. Cue the sound effect for the birds chirping. It's like a nature sanctuary
I
there.
think I found a good one here.
What do you got?
Ooh, yeah.
Oh.
After a good take.
Okay. It's a little slow in developing. I'd like something with a little more bounce to it.
Yeah, it's easy.
The Cardinals are not committed to rewarding the best fans in baseball, and we will not stand for it.
Oh.
I thought
Now,
the
who
sounder
said
was
that?
coming. I thought the sounder was coming. I thought I was
yeah.
setting
Well,
up
'cause
papers
Doug
with the sounder.
sent me on a wild goose chase to
never
find
mind.
the perfect one.
Never mind.
Doug, good news. The chairman of the National Swingers Convention is on the line,
Oh, is he really?
and he wants to talk about.
Okay.
What do you got here?
He's gone.
He's gone.
Oh, that's
He's
bad.
busy. He's chairman.
So we just had the swing.
That wasn't bad.
All right, there we go.
Jackson is not classically trained, but I have sort of an over-the-shoulder view of his world here. And he was on a page, and it said royalty-free dramatic music.
That's right. Damn right.
Royalty free.
Yeah.
You think
Dramatic
Nevin's
music.
paying big fees for his...
Couldn't you create your own with AI real quick and easy like?
Probably, yeah.
All right. Well, I don't want to get you distracted, though. Never mind.
Oh, so ominous.
Is that a bassoon?
Guys, I think what makes the Billikens so easy to rally behind is that they make themselves available. How many times has the athletic director from Mizzou come on the program? What about Eli Drinkwitz? What about Dennis Gates? Great work, idiots. That's from The Millennial.
Well, it's kind of apples and oranges. The Billikens are absolutely accessible and have been very nice to us. But Mizzou is 100 miles away. It's a little harder for them just to pop in 100 miles this way and then 100 miles that way. So we wouldn't expect them to be as available to us as the Billikens.
Coach Gates has called into the show. He sent video directly to Papers on this show.
Yeah, we've had Gates on.
Yeah. Need to get Underwood on. He needs to come on this show.
He was on last year.
He doesn't know he needs to.
He has come on, though.
Well, I know. I'm saying currently.
Okay. Yeah.
I know he was on a year ago. I meant, Doug, I was trying to
More
freshen up a little
yes,
bit.
I see
Sorry.
what you were doing.
You're welcome to get involved in the program. So many different ways to do so. 251 people are in that Michelob Ultra YouTube chat, and they're just talking it over. Subscribe to the YouTube channel and talk it over with other people in the Michelob Ultra YouTube chat. You're welcome to call in to the Collier and Thompson phone lines at 314-974-0101. And, of course, text in 314-399-9646. And now Kwame Voyukas, who used to go after Martin, then went after Jackson. Now he's on Doug. Doug holding rights like a true son he is. Shameful. That's from Kwame Voyukas IV.
Holding rights for who? The Billikens? Because I said it's more convenient for them to come in than someone who lives in Columbia, Missouri?
Well, I mean, the phone works.
Yeah. I thought they were talking about guys coming into the studio because we've had several. The Billikens have been in several times.
They make themselves available, so he didn't necessarily say
Okay.
phone lines are in person. But, I mean, we have put in a request for Eli Drinkwitz to be on the program. He has been here since 2020.
We've never had him?
Never.
Huh.
Lay it on me, Tim.
You think he's mad?
What was
Think he's
that?
mad at us or just too busy?
I think he likes the national shows.
Yeah, okay.
Remember, Frank always had the Monday. He always had Pinkel. And then I think Odom stopped doing it. But Frank was always the Monday staple was Frank would have the Mizzou coach. And Gary Pinkel would enjoy it so much he would hang up as quick as he could.
That's correct. He was a regular on the program, I think, in that same slot.
He answers, this is Gary Pinkel. And he's like, yeah, we called you.
Hey, guys, thank you.
Thank you very much. That's Gary Pinkel.
Right.
Oh, there we
He
got
just
us.
couldn't listen for an extra half second.
Well, Nutsack Jim is not happy. Yes, more slew talk. What wouldn't give of two listeners? Hold on, Doug. Yes, more slew talk. What wouldn't give to listen to the catcher's mitt discuss sleeping with his aunt right now?
What kind of sentence is that? Who's the catcher's mitt?
You're like a caper over there.
Oh, is that he's talking about Iggy sleeping with his aunt? Are we going back to that far?
I think Jackson is on a...
Jackson's happy with this royalty-free, ominous music thing that he discovered.
I feel like you're...
Picture of Iggy changing Leona Helmsley's pull-ups.
Oh,
I think Papers
he
is...
had to do that.
I don't know how somebody captured the image. I think it happened in the mid-'80s.
I feel like you're in a...
I love you.
Love you, buddy.
Oh,
Sorry, Mark.
I just feel like you're in a Murder, She Wrote drop fest over there with some of these.
Oh, God. A slew hater who can't read or write is pretty on brand. That's from The Hunchback of Von Castle. Sharon and Clayton is down in Sanibel, and peeps think I drink in the morning. That's from Sharon in Clayton. What the hell is this show today? That's from the Warren County Wizard.
No, that's a good question.
And he was texting in yesterday, Doug, 2 times in a matter of 2 minutes, Jesus, shut the F up, bro. And then 2 minutes later, Jesus, shut the F up, bro.
okay. Is that for all of us or
I don't know. Martin, we like text history. Yes. The history of text. There it is.
There it is.
That's a current event.
Oh. Marty, you 100% make this show classy? Wow, that's surprising.
What's that?
This is from Wait Till Next Year. However, The texters are right. You said you were going to use the Super Bowl angle on Fox to get Greg Olson on the show.
Wow. Are you going to apologize to Harrison's brother
Play
Master?
the damn tape back. I will take some time away, maybe from 8 to 10, and just listen to the first part of the show. If I did, I misspoke. I apologize to everybody except Harrison's brother Master because I don't care.
It's not surprising that all the Hoosiers complaining about St. Louis University have the same vocabulary problems as Mizzou dropouts with bad Yelp reviews. That's from the Crestwood Coyote. Doug, Mizzou dropouts with bad Yelp reviews?
We can give Yelp reviews to humans?
I don't know. To their business, for sure.
Yeah, but like just a guy? Like I
Tim, you're a
don't
Howard
like Bill
Stern.
Smith.
Maybe that's something new you could start.
Yeah.
I apologize. There's like 3 shows going on today. But, Tim, you're a big Howard Stern guy, right?
I was, yes.
Or was.
I finally got rid of Sirius XM a couple months ago. I'm just like, I don't listen to it anymore. And that, whatever.
It's just Brazzers, you said earlier.
It's just Brazzers. That's my only subscription.
And they do sports.
Oh, God, yes.
Amongst other things.
But the texter said Papers is the Fred Norris of TMA. Does that make sense?
Yeah, but Papers talks. Fred never really talked.
Okay.
Right.
Maybe
He was
they're-
the long-haired gentleman.
That's right.
Yeah. I
They're
like him.
crediting, I think, your
I'll take it as a
production
compliment.
Yeah, I mean, that is a compliment
Yeah, he's funny.
with his drops.
Right. But he produced, too, didn't he? When he, writes some of the bits.
I'm sure he was involved, yeah.
Sure.
That was that Baba Booey?
I don't know who it was.
Well, Jimmy Cruz, don't let me down, Jimmy. I've got you beating Louisville.
Okay.
I might have to get Digger Phelps on the show.
Tim, wasn't you a MU dropout? That's from Ollie Doesn't Know.
Wasn't you?
Would dropout be the right term or just didn't graduate?
I had 2 job offers to choose from, so I left. I mean, it was pretty clear getting a diploma didn't matter. But I feel like that's something like older people like to try to insult me with.
Yeah, it's definitely not a bad thing in the younger community.
Who cares? But I guess if you're older, that was a bigger deal.
Yeah. The younger
Like, I
generation
mean-
looks up to people who didn't get college degrees. By and
It's like,
large.
I'm like, it's fine. You know, I don't know what to say. If it makes you feel better that you got a diploma, God bless. I don't really care. Doesn't matter to me. It's not like I couldn't have gotten the 8 hours. It was like, I'm doing television. Like,
But
who cares?
the job offers you had, the employers didn't care. They kind of expected you to leave school early to take the job.
I was just hanging out in Columbia, working at KOMU and working, doing stringing, as they called it, for KFNS, for Missouri football and Missouri basketball. And I kept getting, the Colonel was, who's going to join us in the 9 o'clock hour, became a sports director at a wonderful market. I think it was Rapid City, South Dakota.
Sweet.
And
I would really like to see that footage.
I don't want to brag, but that was offering $12,000 a year.
Oh.
I hope that
Yikes.
doesn't make me unrelatable. I turned it down. I said 12.5.
Yeah.
All right, we'll throw in government cheese.
And they probably said no to 12.5. That's what they would do back then.
I remember the news. One of the first offers I got was Binghamton, New York. Again, I hope this isn't coming off as unrelatable. And I remember asking the gentleman, I said, honestly, I don't know much about Binghamton. This is the news director who's trying to hire me. And he goes, okay, picture the United States as the human body. And I said, okay. And he said, picture where you would conduct an enema, and that's where Binghamton is. And I go,
That was
wow,
the sales
that
pitch.
was your selling point to
Yeah.
get me to... I had an offer in Monterey, California, and Little Rock, Arkansas. I asked Rich Gould for his opinion, and he said, Junior, you were my intern. I can't believe you're even asking me this. You want to go to Arkansas instead of the most beautiful place in the mainland of the United States. And I said, well, Rich, the news director said I probably can't afford to have a car if I take the job. I was supposed to be
yeah.
a sports anchor.
So you got your first job, you have to hitchhike to work.
And where are you going to live?
Journalism victory! Yeah!
It'd probably be hard to find a place to live in Monterey.
Yeah, we didn't even got into a residence.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You probably can't afford a car, but we'd love for you to be our weekend guy.
I think working for the Two Fox is more prestigious than getting a PhD.
Let's see. Jim Drew's going to join us from the St. Louis Business Journal. He wrote the story about David Hoffman and his interest in buying the Cardinals. That is coming up next here on the presentation. It is TMA 101 ESPN.
Oh, it's a good time to get away. Just look at the text line. You know, I need to get away. I need to go somewhere warm, somewhere like Florida, maybe Gulf Shores or Destin, Fort Lauderdale, Orlando, Vegas, all of these places out of one place. That's in Muscuda, Illinois. It is Mid-America's St. Louis Airport. It's become a real success story. People have figured it out, flying at a low price with the convenience of that airport in Muscuda. It's really a great spot. FlyMidAmerica.com. That's the website where you can find out more. The flights available via Allegiant are listed there, and the thing you need to know is when you fly out of there, a lot of folks have figured this out. It's just convenient. You park right there on the lot in front of the terminal, go through security, you're at the gate. It's about 15, 20 minutes. Think about that. Parking, walking in, security, gate, 15 to 20 minutes. It's unbelievable. Begin that trip with convenient, affordable travel from Mid-America's St. Louis Airport. Great website that spells it all out for you. All wonderful, warm destinations. Gulf Shores was added last year. They've been going to Destin and Fort Lauderdale for years. Orlando later this season. They'll add in Myrtle Beach, Savannah. All of it one spot. FlyMidAmerica.com. Book now for spring break. It's not too late. Make those plans at FlyMidAmerica.com.
This is Jackson with a Sports Center update brought to you by Saliga Heating and Cooling. Got some college hoop rock on tomorrow afternoon with Matt Painter and the Purdue Boilermakers heading to Eugene, Oregon to take on Dana Altman and the Ducks. Pre-game at 11:45 a.m., tip-off at noon. That was another Sports Center update brought to you by Saliga Heating and Cooling, a Daikin heating and air conditioning dealer.
It is the morning after 101 ESPN Fisher Window and Door Store, 8 o'clock hour. Tim McKernan, Doug Vaughn, Martin Kilcoyne with you. Little Jackie Papers, loved that Rascal Puff, is on the ones and twos. And it is Friday, February 6th, 2026 here on 101 ESPN and the TMA STL YouTube channel. The program presented to you by Brown and Crouppen. Brown and Crouppen online at getbc.com, or you can give them a call at 314-222-2222. Brown and Crouppen, the presenting sponsor, and has been now for the last few years. Founded in St. Louis in 1979 and still operating here in St. Louis with new offices on the Hill. To the insurance company, you're just a claim number. To your team at Brown and Crouppen, you are a person with a name at Brown and Crouppen cares about and will fight for. Don't you want a local law firm, one that knows how to handle the big national insurance companies and the local courts? That's Brown and Crouppen, 314-222-2222, or go online at brownandcrouppen.com. At Brown and Crouppen, it won't cost too much. You pay nothing up front, and they never get paid unless you do. When you're a client, all questions are answered for free. If you think you may need Brown and Crouppen services, call 314-222-2222 or go to getbc.com. Make sure you let them know you heard about them on TMA. Remember, the choice of a lawyer is an important decision and should not be based solely on advertisements. Our lead today is the story in the St. Louis Business Journal talking about the David Hoffman of Pittsburgh Penguins, St. Louis Post-Dispatch, and Augusta fame, expressing his interest in buying the Cardinals in the interview with Jim Drew of the St. Louis Business Journal. And joining us right now on the Callier and Thompson phone lines is Jim Drew of the St. Louis Business Journal. Jim, good morning.
Good morning. Thanks for having me.
Thank you for joining us. How did this all come to pass yesterday? There was a Business Journal event, is that correct, at which David Hoffman was speaking?
Yeah, that is correct. There's a Business Journal event called Advance STL, and so David Hoffman was the person being interviewed by the editor of the Business Journal, and so that's where this came from.
And in the interview, he was talking about his acquisition of the Pittsburgh Penguins and how sports franchises have experienced great success with regards to compounding growth rates, 11 to 16% annually for 10 years, and how he would be interested in buying more. And that's when he got into the St. Louis Cardinals.
Yes, he was asked, are you happy that you are buying an NHL franchise compared to, say, an MLB franchise, given the recent financial challenges that the league has had? And he said, quote, what we plan to do is buy this team, he's referring to the Penguins, pay it off, and buy a baseball team, and would like that to be the Cardinals.
So there's a time frame here. So So to understand that, it doesn't sound like he's wanting to make a bid for the Cardinals currently.
Yeah, he said he's not ready to do that. That okay. It would take up to 2 years.
I'm reading that his net worth is estimated between 1.3 and 1.6 billion. I wonder if that's enough to buy a Major League Baseball team.
Yeah, that's a good question. That's a really good question. I mean, he may have to bring in other people to do that. Forbes is, puts out an annual kind of estimate of how much franchises are worth, and the last one for the Cardinals was $2.5 billion.
Jim, how much do you know? Go ahead. I'm sorry.
Yeah, go on.
No, I was saying, how much do we know about, and you can read about it online, I don't know how much reporting you've done on the Hoffman family and their businesses. That name popped up a lot in the last few years with their plans in Augusta, and I don't know if those move forward, backwards. I kind of lost track, but if you can, for the audience, tell us a little bit about the Hoffman family and where their money comes from.
Yeah, he's a native of Washington, Missouri. He has built a private equity firm called the Hoffman Family of Companies, and it has investments in over 125 companies. It's based in Naples, Florida. A big chunk of it is in Chicago, and also the commercial real estate arm of it is in Clayton. He says he has a residence in St. Louis. The Augusta investment was really where I think his profile increased, because he was, touting it as trying to turn Augusta into a national wine destination. Some of that has happened. Other parts of it have not happened. And so he's kind of shifted. He's still chairman of the company, but his two sons now run it. But he's kind of shifted toward this interest in owning sports franchises.
Do you know why that investment in Augusta, why some of it's stalled? I know people are really excited about that, and it doesn't seem like a whole lot has happened.
Yeah, he talked a bit about that yesterday, and he said that people in Augusta, when he would run into them on the street or in a restaurant, that they were very positive about what he was doing. But then he would read media coverage in which, he was being criticized for kind of taking over the town. And so he also talked about just kind of the wine industry and how that's facing a lot of challenges. So, he's in two industries with challenges now, newspapers and wine.
Yeah, and how much did he get into the Post-Dispatch? And again, explain for folks who haven't been following it, he's going to become, the majority owner of the Post?
Yeah, yesterday was his first day as chairman of Lee Enterprises, which owns the Post and several newspapers around the country. And he now owns 53% of that company. He talked about moving the headquarters from Davenport, Iowa to St. Louis. And he also talked about making changes to the Post-Dispatch. And he was quoted as saying that he views it as too left. And I asked him, did you mean in the news coverage or the editorials? And he replied both.
And why would he be so interested in the newspaper business, which is kind of falling apart all over the country? Jackson here said it was because of data collection. Is that accurate?
That could be accurate, yeah. I mean, there is a lot of access to data that you have from that. But the way he portrays it is that when he grew up, that he appreciated the newspaper as high school sports coverage, and that he feels like newspapers have gotten away from that across the country. But he also kind of makes a direct connection, or tries to, between the economic condition of a city and whether it has a newspaper. And he views it as kind of a forum for promoting the St. Louis metro area to attract businesses here.
Jim Drew, our guest, writer for the St. Louis Business Journal. His story in the Business Journal made its way around St. Louis yesterday with a great deal of interest, as David Hoffman expressed his interest in buying the Cardinals. But, of course, it's immaterial to any conversation if the DeWitts are not interested in selling. So you did reach out to the DeWitts, and Bill DeWitt III issued a statement. What kind of response did you get, if anything, other than the statement that Bill DeWitt III gave you, Jim, which was, "Our family remains committed to St. Louis and the Cardinals. We have no plans to sell the team"?
Well, I think that, people are trying to figure out why Hoffman said this at this event. And one theory is that he's trying to get into the queue of potential new owners down the line. And also, maybe playing to the sentiment that the team needs a different owner. I think there's a big question as to whether, Chaim Bloom is going to be the key to reversing the Cardinals' recent fortunes. But I think people are kind of trying to figure out why Hoffman made this statement.
But you said initially it sounded like he was talking about his NHL purchase with the Penguins, and somebody asked about the climate in MLB, right? That kind of opened that door.
Yeah, I think the questions with streaming, this transition to streaming, and and just also, the potential lockout next in 2027. I think there was just a feeling as to, or the question was based on, why would you buy an MLB franchise now when you can, stick to hockey?
Do you get the sense he will ultimately make a big play for the Cardinals, or might this just be a bluster from a billionaire?
Yeah, that's a good question because I think people are kind of pointing to what happened with Lee Enterprises. That he talked initially about trying to buy it, and there was resistance from the company. They were trying to prevent him from getting a majority interest, but now he has one. So money talks. I don't see any evidence that the DeWitts want to sell.
Jim Drew, St. Louis Business Journal, our guest here on TMA. Doug, when I was emailing with Jim last night, he said he was happy to take two-part questions.
No.
And you know what that means.
No.
That means he's a listener.
Oh,
two-part questions.
Yeah, the two-part questions.
You sure you're ready for this?
I'm ready. I've listened to JR enough to write these down.
Wow, writing them down.
Yeah, two-part questions are always
Seems a little
welcome.
too intelligent, Tim.
Yeah, I know. That's
no offense to us.
314-399-9646. The Pirates beat writer, Doug, is a loyal texter into the program, and he says, was Mike Shannon friends with Hoffman, making a reference to Mike Shannon saying,
Well, John, the word on the street is the Cardinals are for sale. Now, the DeWitts have been asked about that, I think, on the air, off the air, whatever, because Shannon said that maybe, I don't know, like 2017-ish or something, on the broadcast, the Cardinal flagship station, that the team he heard word on the street, Doug, which they teach you in journalism, or CBC, was that the team was for sale, and the DeWitts believe at the time they were selling either Memphis or Springfield, one of the affiliates that they did own, and they think he might have heard it wrong.
Oh, is that right?
That's,
I had never heard that theory.
That's the theory inside the building.
How about that?
Because it was at the same time they were selling off Memphis or Springfield, one of the two.
I honestly thought that he was pissed off about the stuff with the Shannon's restaurant and the real estate thing, and this was a way to get him on his way out. That's what I thought it was. I really did.
I ruled nothing out with the Moon Man.
How about this, Jim, since you are taking two-part questions? It's his first day on the job with Lee Enterprises as chairman, as you just referenced, and he's doing media promotion at an event. Why would he not drop provocative ideas about buying the Cardinals to generate publicity like is happening on TMA? That's from Some Call Me Pat. What do you think about? I mean, you were there, so you got a chance to see. I mean, do you think that this, like Doug asked and Martin asked, is this legit, or is this just bluster from a billionaire?
I think he has a legit interest in doing it. I think the question is whether that door will open. It's just kind of like a movie boy shout out, but he reminds me a little bit.
Wow, that's wow. Talk about digging deep.
A little bit of Citizen Kane, where Charles Foster Kane says, "Wouldn't it be fun to run a newspaper?" And he did.
Jackson's just been really activated here, Jim.
It's a huge day.
I was reading Ryan Russillo's breakdown of the NBA trade deadline, but here I come.
Yeah, Hoffman yesterday did say, it's fun owning a sports franchise. And, he dropped names like he had met last week with Jeff Bezos and Michael Dell of Dell Computers. And, there was a meeting of 100 CEOs in New York City, and he said 50 of them owned pro sports teams.
Well, even Dr. Chaffetz obviously has his name on the Billikens Arena. He just bought a stake in the San Francisco Giants. And we did an interview, and I said, tell me about that. He said, I just love that. I grew up in New York, and it's still a famed franchise. And then he said, I can't wait to see the ballpark. He'd never been there and bought a stake.
Really?
I think a lot of it is just sort of ego and being a part of it, being part of the cool club.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, the other thing that Hoffman announced yesterday is he's interested in buying the Pittsburgh Post-Gazette. And his basic argument there was, well, they cover the team, so I need to buy them.
Wow. How about
Trying
that?
to buy favorable coverage.
How about that? Well,
That's what it's come to, I guess.
That's
The front page. Go Pirates. Lead story.
Finally, nobody's playing better than the Pirates.
Finally happened. Finally happened.
Jim, we really appreciate the time, and thank you for being a listener. And not just a listener of TMA, but a movie boy listener.
Oh.
Yeah, the only show that matters.
Thank you.
Jim, are you a Gareth Lemming?
I'm not going to answer that.
Jim, appreciate the time. Thanks so much for joining us.
Yep, thanks for having me.
That's Jim Drew of the St. Louis Business Journal and movie boy Lemming.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, how about that?
Needed that
Who's on
today.
this week, pal?
Off week.
Oh,
Doug.
just like that, you shut it down.
Doug.
Right when you were hot.
Off week.
Right when you got the endorsement from the
Two
Business
next week. I
Journal.
got 2 coming out next week.
2 are dropping.
One
next week.
midweek, one on Saturday next week.
Can always do
The boys trying.
a Rushmore revisit. We've never done our Wes Anderson segment.
We're gonna do it live at spring training.
Are we?
Yeah, in the house,
Right after Martin
poolside.
unintentionally takes your pills.
Ideally, that'd be great. Adderalled out. Be a 3-hour podcast. Longer
Shot
than
at
the movie.
QFTA.
We do it on the back putting green.
Yeah, that's the plan.
I like that.
Taking the
You
task
guys
cam
got
down.
a palace.
Yeah, oh, it's gonna be sweet.
It looks kind of like a Willy Wonka playground or something. It's kind of tricked out.
It looks like it's meant for like bachelor and bachelorette parties, if I'm being honest.
Oh, y'all finna have some strippers?
Well, there's no pole.
Somebody buys a house in the middle of the neighborhood and turns it into a Airbnb for bachelorette party.
Well,
you gotta love that.
Not explicitly for it, but it has one of those walls with the fake greenery and the neon sign.
Yeah.
Kurt, you know what I'm talking about, right?
Oh, yeah.
You see that like brunch places. They have the same thing.
Like
which
a
makes,
fluorescent light on there?
yeah, like it's like a
Something in cursive?
neon, yeah, like you know, no chasers, and that would be like the sign.
No chasers, Doug.
That's just an example.
You should get a movie boy neon sign to put on that backdrop and
Not a
do
bad
a video
idea.
podcast.
Yeah, we don't really have neon in the budget right now.
How is the budget?
It's thin.
Fluid.
I got to pay Gareth, you know?
Do you? In all honesty.
Hell no. Hell
Okay,
no.
thank you.
If he asked for one nickel, that would be his last appearance.
Wow!
While the ground
Or we
rules
run
have
a
been
tight
set.
ship. We run a tight ship.
Jim
Gift cards.
Drew loves grab ass, and I'm here for it. That's from Chunk in the Chuck. Yeah, and he loves Movie Boy. And then Movie Boy announces they're taking the week off.
Well, you
And
know.
not paying guests.
That's right.
Come to think of it, I never got a check either.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've done 2 sods.
Yeah. Well, it's coming. I'm giving equity.
Jim sounded like a serious journalist, which we need more of in this world, and then yet he listened to this show, so I'm a little... Jim, I love your work, but now I'm concerned by your choice of radio show. He did give us good context there because David Hoffman didn't apparently sit up there and say, hey, I'm here to buy the Cardinals. It was related to buying into the NHL and comparing it to the marketplace with the MLB. So it does sound like it came out of a specific question.
And I bet if you lined up 10 to 15 billionaires around the country and asked them, would you be interested in buying the St. Louis Cardinals? They'd probably all say, sure. Or a lot of them would anyway. What could be more fun if you're a sports fan at all than owning a franchise like that?
Well, there of course is that element, but in the context of the article in the Business Journal, what he was saying is franchises have provided this 11 to 16% return over the last decade, and so therefore, not only is it fun, but it's a great investment. We have all gotten a chance to know some people who thought buying radio stations would be fun, but it didn't necessarily provide.
But they weren't billionaires. I'm surprised
We
it
got to
hasn't.
fix the tower?
I'm surprised it
Who pays
hasn't
for
gone.
that?
I would have thought these franchises go up more than what is saying 10 to 15%. The DeWitts bought it for what, $150 million, and then sold a parking garage. They basically got it for like $60 million, and now it's worth $2 billion. That's in 30 years. That's a darn nice return.
Maybe we ought to buy a team real quick.
We should have.
Now, I think the year in, year out profit, remember, Mr. DeWitt famously said that to Frank, that it was, I'm paraphrasing, remember, but the overall value is consistently going up. So when you do cash out, you rake it in.
Yeah. They have enormous expenses.
Jim Drew, for the record, has written for the Dallas Morning News, Houston Chronicle, and also covered Washington State politics. And has degrees in journalism and political science from Indiana University, and yet he's a TMA and movie boy guy.
A lot of people are down on their luck these days.
So there you go, Jackson. I'm sure Jim's going to be irritated with you, though. He wakes up on Saturday. He wants to hear Movie Boy, and you go, the Super Bowl week. We'll take it off.
He gets a midweek one, though. He gets a midweek.
Oh, it's the midweek.
Don't worry about that yet.
What about?
Oh gosh.
What about football? Like Super Bowl weekend would be great. Best football movies.
But I have a guest that I eventually will get on for that, and that's going to be special.
But you're
But
not
if I'm
telling
working,
us.
I have to wait until the football
All right,
season's over for this person to be available.
This is having shades of our PGA Championship party we were throwing at 590, but they didn't have a location. So the actual spot that ran said, "Come join us, get together to celebrate the big golf event." But shh, it's a secret because they didn't actually have a location.
Yeah, that's kind of what I got cooking right now.
Okay.
Don't you worry about it.
I don't know what this is, but the Swing Haven board member says he may have stayed at your spring training house and then sent in a picture of his wife dressed up as an angel. Is anybody seeing this?
If you're looking at that picture, and I know most of the audience is, that is what I'm talking about, like the fake greenery and the neon sign. And we have one of those, which makes me think it's like meant for bachelorette parties.
Oh, we can take some cool selfies.
Yeah.
Cut off.
Yeah. Like, if it was at the Ozarks, it would say, like, Lake Life in neon, which is cool.
Doug, you act like this card's ROI is impressive. I bought a Chrysler Sebring for $5,000 before, and I flipped it to an Afton for $15,000 after a few live, laugh, and love stickers to the windows.
Oh, really?
That's from Shrimply Pibbles.
Yeah. Well, that would have been a good deal.
So hold on a second. He buys the vehicle, and it's a Sebring.
For $5,000.
For $5,000.
Yeah.
Gets some stickers, and how much do those cost?
Flipped it.
It depends. Is it a
Pennies.
soft top?
Doug, is that a soft top?
I don't know.
Michael Scott drove a Sebring, and once he left it down, and then it snowed, and so he had to shovel it out with his briefcase.
Doug, caller Adam wants to talk franchise valuations with you. I know you're analyzing.
Doug's already got the suspension
I
log
do.
out.
I'm-
You guys, it's
out.
brought to you by Appliance Discounters. Good morning, caller Adam.
Yeah, good morning. It's not really a great morning. This is the third. Not good.
We got a lot of other callers.
So,
Journalists.
no, you don't. I listen to the show sometimes. You don't. But anyway, so none of this stuff is going to make sense of what I want. I have notes that I wrote down. So none of this is going to make sense. But I need to know who on the dais has passed Protecting God's Children for CYC.
Has what?
Oh, I've done that. You have to take the
I've done
classes.
that.
Yes.
Yeah.
You take.
I figured the new guy did it. I figured that because you do stuff. So the new guy's the only one allowed to talk about kids sports because if you did not pass Protecting God's Children for CYC sports, you're just not allowed to even discuss it. So I just need to make
passed
that
it too.
clear.
You have to pass it to be a coach.
Okay, so the cute one's in and the new one's in.
Okay.
I'm sorry about Tim and the little boy doesn't get to talk about kids
The
anymore.
little boy, Jackson. Now you're the little boy.
The one doing his movie thing. And then, the other thing is I need Kenny Strode's phone number. I bought at an estate sale, I bought a Rolex. A guy passed away in Pasadena Hills, and I need to talk to Kenny about it. Can someone please just read to me real quick?
Doug, you have Iggy's number that you can give out.
Can't do that.
He's got that Negril 111 at AOL.com email address.
Yeah. Well, you going to try to sell it to Iggy?
Text
What do
me
you?
and I'll talk dirty to you.
No, he is a man of taste and culture, and he will know if it's real. But I don't have his number. I have a pen now. Doug? Can you just read me his number, please?
No. BR549. I think you can reach him that way.
Am I allowed to be on the movie thing that
No.
you're doing? I like movies. I'll
Little
talk
boy.
about it.
Hey, little boy. He's talking to you.
No.
Just kidding. Yes, of course.
Caller Adam and you?
Sure, he's great.
Oh, what film do you want to discuss, Caller Adam?
I'll talk about Begonia with Emma Stone and the other guy.
Already broke it down.
Already done.
It's already been done.
Yesterday's
I don't
news.
listen to your podcast. I don't listen. What about Eddington? Can we talk about Eddington?
Already talked about it.
No. Okay, another thing I had.
Fletch.
We share a
Another
birthday. How
thing
about you
on my
come in on your
list.
birthday? We share a birthday. How about you come in on your birthday?
We'll do a birthday podcast. I'll talk about my favorite movie. I won't keep it a secret.
There you go. That's a good idea.
Okay, and then the other thing I had, who was like the guy that was screaming a lot yesterday talking about sports betting and stuff? Who was that guy?
Screaming about sports
Maybe that was
betting.
Tuesday. That might have been Tuesday. There was a guy, real caffeinated sounding, and he's talking about sports betting. The new guy was saying how he didn't have notes and stuff like that.
Oh, Brody Herman, yeah. But he was, I don't know if he was talking about sports betting, but yeah, he is a very excited young sports reporter, our guy, Brody Herman.
He was definitely talking about betting. And so, like, my thing about any of that is I miss the times when degenerates had to stay in the shadows. And now that it's all legal, all these degenerates are out. They got billboards for it. I can't watch the Blues without betting lines everywhere. And I just wish you degenerates would go back into your caves and do your betting like you used to do it. And I'm not inundated with over-under.
Adam, real quick, are you taking questions?
I'll take two questions.
Okay, I have a one-parter. Did you pass the course Protecting God's Children? Because if so, I'd like to weigh in on this. So I want to know if you got approved to be around kids.
I think we all know that the Catholic Church is historically good at vetting people to be around kids. So I absolutely passed it.
Okay.
Yeah, I coached. I coached basketball and softball, and that's it. Second question.
I only had a one part. Tim, do you have any questions?
How are those clubs doing?
Well, I don't want to talk about that right now because it's CYC Training League. We don't keep score. And really, honestly, that's a bad mentality to have, how they're doing. Yeah. We just have fun.
Yeah. You wouldn't want to go out and try to win games or anything. That's so 1970s. Everybody gets a trophy, I'm sure.
I want to crawl inside you old man.
Okay, put him down. Put him down. Get him off this station. Adam has been suspended.
He's gone.
He's been suspended a period of 2 days' time. And as we speak, his name is going into the appliance discounters suspension log. No, I don't expect it does feel very good.
It's my wife's all-time favorite caller.
He texted a couple times over the last few days saying, "Why won't you cowards take my call?"
Oh, my God.
That's suspension.
Remember when,
important.
Let's see, where was, remember when caller Adam had those good calls? Yeah, me neither. Bleach him. That's from Beer Cats.
Beer Cats. Meanwhile, Mark Hanna, sponsor of the 9 o'clock hour, has texted in GOAT. And then the text above Mark Hanna, GOAT. And then Plowsy's dog guy, caller the GOAT Adam. Adam, GOAT, Cuckleberry Finn. But then Curbstop wants you to give him tariffs? So he's a polarizing
I can
figure,
hit him with
Martin.
a tariff. I'll hit him with a 15% tariff. And that won't feel very good, but it will raise a lot of money for the country.
How about the snail trail sniffer? My sister-in-law is the director at the archdiocese that facilitates Protecting God's Children. I'll make sure she's on the lookout for caller Adam. Yeah, I would say do a little vetting there.
You are welcome to call in just like caller Adam, 314-974-0101. Joey Vitale is coming up on this polosplus.com dossier here on the presentation. You got the Colonel as well for his traditional Friday appearance, and then the Design Air Heating and Cooling email of the day. Drops of the week are coming up next. Martin, could you tell us about Design Air Heating and Cooling?
Design Air Heating, absolutely. Great to see Seth in the building yesterday.
Yeah.
Not only doing the HVAC prize, but also the giant check. Nice touch there. The giant check going to Al in Dadeville. What a great prize it was, presented by Design Air, and that's a family-owned business. You can tell they care about St. Louis and you, the customer. You can tell the difference when you work with Design Air, when the employees are in your home. Not trying to sell you anything. That goes on. We've heard some horror stories about things being added on that you don't need, or upselling you. If it's a simple repair, that's what they'll get done. If you need a new HVAC unit, they'll give you all the different options. You make those choices. They'll explain to you how the industry has changed over the years. And then when the installation happens, it's nice, clean, efficient. The team is just great. Family owned and operated for more than a century. Based here in St. Louis, year round. Count on Design Air. It's designairservice.com.
There you go. Tim's wife is wrong about Tim's beard. Doug, she's anti me having a beard. But she's 100% correct about caller Adam being the GOAT caller. That is from Big Tough.
He's so vile.
And he got suspended in 15% tariff?
That's right. Uh-huh.
Is the suspension 2 business days or just 2 days when you aren't on anyway? I like the tariff touch, though. That's from the 618. Yeah, what is the policy on that?
It's 2 days that we're on the air. So it'll be today.
So Monday and Tuesday?
Monday and Tuesday of next week, yeah.
So Adam can return on Wednesday?
That'd be right, yeah.
Martin and I are off next Friday. Jackson, have you announced what the plan is?
No.
A lot of things are fluid right now.
Oh, is that right?
In Papers world.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know. We'll figure it out.
Doug, there is the plan.
It would be unlike us to have a plan.
That's exactly right. We got a break. It's TMA 101 ESPN. What do you think we got going on here, Doug?
Papers Palm Beach Garden soundtrack. He's getting it ready for the little backyard putt-putt.
We can have this on when we take our selfies.
Bob Marley's birthday today.
And he would have been
81.
I was going to go 80.
Oh, damn. I'm sorry. I blew that.
What a fun game that was.
Yeah. And we all like guessing games. You know that.
I know.
The program's called The Morning After. It is presented to you by Brown and Crouppen. We broadcast from the Stiefel studios, and you can watch the show on the TMA STL YouTube channel. 288 friends are in there talking it over. Subscribe to the channel, and now $2.95, just like that. You can talk it over in there, youtube.com/TMA. STL, and it's the Michelob Ultra YouTube chat. It is Friday, and that means we celebrate the wonderful week we have had, Doug, with the drops of the week.
Morning After. Drops of the week.
Yeah, you guys drop it like it's hot, Doug.
It's a wonderful drop.
Indeed it is.
Put that off. Put that off. Put that off. Put that off.
Clip that off.
And I like guys under 6 foot.
O.J. Simpson was pretty good.
But he's got this motherfucker right.
Yank it, doctor. Yank it out of there.
Your effort stinks.
I'm not in the shower either.
He's a great dude. And so, I've been making the case like
Recession, depression, recovery, boom, business terms.
Deep intellectual things are just my jam.
Your willingness to try is not cool.
Did you guys see a lot of the dads?
Woo! That was Drops of the Week. Drop, down, drop. Get it.
Nice.
Went from Dan Jansen to Dan Orlovsky, I believe, at one point.
And then scolding the kid driving his bike to school for his effort in grade school athletics.
Forgot about
Someone
the
else's
guy.
kid, no less.
We had the podcaster who was eating during his segment.
great dude. And so, I've been making the case like
Recession.
Even if you go to your kid's sporting event and a few days later, aren't you over yet the effort of one of the other kids on the team made? It's almost like he was looking him up. Boy, if I see that kid again.
I can't. In school and picking him up, and there's a parent berating him about his effort in the second grade game.
The parent was not the coach.
Yeah, and Dan's not the coach.
And while you're at it, Billy, put down the little Debbies. You know what I'm saying?
Let's see. Cal Kennedy says Fungo's calling in about the 7th grade St. Gabriel tournament. Is there breaking news?
Oh, no.
What?
If they awarded
He's
the
got
winners for the weekend?
Probably.
Doug, do you think they're at the trophy shop now picking them up because they've already been engraved?
Yeah. Yeah, making more banners. We won. Wait a minute. The tournament's 2 weeks away. Doesn't matter.
That's a serious charge. I know that Joey Vitale is going to join us. That's coming up as well. The program is called TMA 101 ESPN.
Hey, folks, Joey Vitale here. I'm here to talk to you about your garage door today. Make sure that thing is up and running. If it's not, I got good news for you. You got friends in the garage door business. Give my friend Jason and the Schaefer Company a call. SchaeferDoor.com, Schaefer with one F. Or better yet, for the quickest results, quickest response, shoot him a text, give him a call, 636-782-3608 for all your garage door needs. They are a small local St. Louis company, but big enough to stretch their wings and take care of anyone in the St. Louis County area. So again, Schaefer Door Company for all your personal garage door needs, your business garage door needs. Give them a call, 636-782-3608. Schaefer Door is a Lift Master Partner.
Welcome back. It is the Morning After 101 ESPN, and joining us on Friday, as is a tradition throughout the Blues season, is friend of the program, presented to you by Schaefer Door Company, Joey Vitale. Morning, Joey.
Morning, boys.
I bet you're happy to have a break here for a while. Well, you got 3 weeks off?
Yeah, a little bit of time. Yeah, time to catch up. I go from watching NHL hockey to minor hockey. I'm actually out of town now with my daughter. We got in around 3 a.m. from Dallas on Thursday. I was on a bird heading to Detroit, Rock City for a little tourney up here. A lot of girls hockey up in Detroit this weekend, so shout out to all the AAA Blues. Hope you guys all do well. And so, yeah, up in Detroit now. It's still snowing up here, and I'm ready to watch some more hockey, but I don't need to broadcast this one, which is exciting.
Yeah, just sit and watch. How old is your daughter that's playing hockey?
She's 14. Yeah, she'll be 15 driving soon. And so, yeah, she's a part of the 14U Girl Blues. Awesome little fun team. And, boy, they work hard, and they're looking forward to knocking off a team from Canada. Hopefully this morning they have Team Alaska here in a little bit. They're playing them pesky Pens from Pittsburgh tomorrow. They got a good squad there, too. So hopefully the girls will bring it this weekend.
What's the state of girls hockey in St. Louis? We always talk about the boys and how there's a lot of success and guys getting to the NHL. What about the female game?
Well, I tell you what. I mean, you watched the USA game last night with Dunn out there. I play with Kendall Coyne. Of course, I didn't play with her. She played at Northeastern a little bit after me, but good friends with Kendall Coyne. So you're starting to see girls like her really bring it on a national level. And then you look at like the Joy and the Jinsey Dunns and the whole Dunn family. Webster McKernan is another one from St. Louis. So you're starting to see little names like that, like on the big stage, which is making it really grow here. And I think that's what's gotten the itch for the girls side, just like the boys side. You look at a situation like the 2016 draft where all those kids got drafted, rounders, all from St. Louis, and to give fans a perspective, when those 5 kids all from St. Louis went in the first round, I mean, to have 5 kids from Toronto go in the first round, that's a rarity. 5 kids from Minnesota in the first round. I mean, these were 5 kids from St. Louis, Missouri, right on the old Mississippi, the old deep river, and they went in the first round, Doug. I mean, that's incredible. Okay, so what do parents say when they see that? Again, this is just a couple years before the Blues win the Stanley Cup. Whoa, let's get our kids into hockey. This is a hockey hotbed now. Kids can make it out of here. And in hockey, with the Blues winning the Stanley Cup, there was a bug on the boys' side. And I think that boys' side has now slowly kind of crept into the girls' side. You're starting to see more coaches help out on the girls' side. Like I'm doing a camp this summer for the girls' side as well. So I think you're seeing a lot of the men's coaches switching out of the girls' side. And There's a couple really good former pros, guys that have played in the NHL, that are working with the girls. So the coaching's been good, and like I said, it's starting to really spread its wings, which is kind of fun to see.
As a guy who made it big yourself, how much did you have to play hockey? Was it a year-round thing, working out, skating all year, all the time?
Yeah, no, I really never did. The times were different then, so I'm not going to sit here and say that, I guess one of the things that I really kind of irks me a little bit when you hear about athletes who make it, they say, well, I did this, this, and this. And they kind of imply that if you do this, this, and this, everyone's journey is so different, right? Everyone's got a different journey. So you can't really put your journey on anyone else. And it's hard to really summarize and mimic another person's journey. But no, Doug, I never did. I played hockey. I started when I was like 9 or 10. I started very late just because my brothers did it. My dad went to Johnny Mac's. He picked up some sports equipment for my oldest brother, Sam. Remember the old Johnny Mac's there, Doug, off Watson Road?
Sure. It's now the Subaru dealerships, now Sunset Hill Subaru.
Yeah, that's right. I miss old Johnny Mac's. Lindsey Middlebrook, the former goalie, he would be sharpening skates back there. That was our fun spot on the Friday night. But he got equipment, and then I certainly got the equipment as well. And we played kind of August, kind of through the winter, and then we just kind of shut it down. And I know I've told you this before, but my dad ran a concrete company. He needed help, so he had us when I was 10, 11, 12, 13 years old on. We just spent every summer pouring concrete, which I don't think my dad did it for this reason, but I tell you what, shoveling concrete in the heat all summer long, that's pretty much the best workout you can imagine for a kid who wants to play hockey from a lower body standpoint. So, yeah, I just shoveled concrete all summer, but I tell you what, I realized how miserable that was, and I didn't want to do that, so it definitely kept me motivated in school and hockey. So I was with grown men all summer long in the summer. I don't think union-wise really can even do that anymore, so I don't say that I don't think that that's the journey for anyone out there, but to answer your question, no, I didn't play a lot of hockey.
And then Olympic-wise, you're going to see the Kachucks playing for the U.S., also Clayton Keller from the part of that class you were talking about, draft class, and playing for the U.S. Olympic team. And then your guy, Nick Saraceno, his dad is Chris's Pancake House, the Saraceno family. Bartolino's Nick is playing for Team Italy. Pretty cool.
Oh, Marty, it's the coolest thing. I mean, it's the coolest thing. I mean, you start with the St. Louis kids. Again, this is the best of the best. This is the top. I mean, this is like next to the Stanley Cup Game 7. You just can't get much higher than this. So that's where it's exciting for the Kachuk boys. Clayton Keller. Clayton Keller was a kid that, was left off the Four Nations team last year. And I think it was still the right move at the time. But then you look at how he played after the Four Nations tournament last year, much like Robert Thomas. He just kind of hit a new gear. And then this whole season, he was like a man amongst boys in these games. He's just been a Blues killer. I mean, every game the Blues play him, he crushes us. And, he doesn't really get the respect I think a lot of players in the NHL do, because I think it's just his size. And it's not just his size. He kind of looks like a frail kid. You know what I mean? I look at him like, is this kid 14 years old still? He's like almost like the Benjamin Button. Like, he's not growing up. He doesn't have facial hair. He doesn't have a ton of muscle tone. So you just don't give him a ton of credit. And here he is, the captain of an NHL team. Like, that, how does that make sense? But then you watch him play, and he's like the slipperiest, most elusive, anticipated type of player that is required now in the game. He's just such a smart hockey player with so much skill. And you know what? This year he loses his father. I think it was right around a holiday. I think it was Thanksgiving. And then he plays the very next night in Dallas, if you remember right. Dallas makes him a number one star in that game, even though he didn't have points, which was a huge, classy move by Dallas. And then they had a back-to-back where he comes to St. Louis. And, of course, we had a little video tribute for him there. Again, no points, but 2 days after his dad's passing, he's playing hockey, right? This kid loves hockey. He loves the game. And you know what? You look at what he has done this year, he has earned completely a spot on Team USA. So it is so exciting to see Clayton Keller now a part of it throughout it. And then, like you said, the Saraceno, shout out, hey, Tim, shout out to my paisana, Saraceno.
Oh, for heaven's sake.
What's going on here? The Italians are taunting the Irish on the program.
Listen, it's my dream to see my son play in the Olympics.
Is Marlon Brando? Is that Marlon Brando?
No, it's going to happen. It's going to happen.
And Larry King rubbed his feet?
Nick Saraceno, my paisana, my Italian spicy meatball, he's going to play for Team Lights Out People. You guys know the Bartolino crew and Chris's Pancake House. I mean, just old school, good humans that came over from the old country. whether legally or illegal, I don't know.
Oh, no.
Now they're going to round them up. My
Don't
God,
start that.
they're just been established for like 60 years, and they're going to get rounded up today because of Vitale.
They're going to send ice to Chris's pancake house.
Whoops. Anyway,
Whoops.
so then, I don't know. It's like the Italian, the American dream, and my great, not my nanu, my kid's great nanu, my dad's dad, he came over from Sicily. Now he was illegal. He was not legal. He stayed in the engine room. You weren't supposed to do that for 45 days. He actually lost a couple of his buddies, but they got to Staten Island. And then he had no money in his pocket. He was always running from the feds or whoever was trying to run him out of back to Italy. But anyway, so he was fine. And, he ended up passing, God rest his soul. But, he came over with, these people came over because in Italy, you're born poor and you die poor. There's no other choice. Like, you don't, there's nothing out there for them at that time. Like, you're born poor, you die poor. And that's what he would tell me. That's why he came over to America. And I know, like, whether you love Trump or hate Trump, or you love America, whatever. I mean, whatever your stance is, like, this country's still got amazing opportunities that you look around the world and it just doesn't have. And it's good to kind of sit back every now and then and remember that. But, you come over from Italy and, the Saraceno family, like my family, you have nothing. And, my family chose the concrete business. And, my nanu saw his grandkid, play in the NHL. Well, what a cool thing for him. The Saracenos come over. Now one of their grandkids or great-grandkids is going to play in the Olympics. I mean, that's why you do what you do, right? You do it for your children. You do it for the next generation. How do I make my life, my kids' life better than my life? And the Saraceno story, playing for Team Italy, I mean, that's it. Like, he came over, the family came over, they worked their nuts off. Like, those kitchens are tough. You guys ever work in a kitchen? It's tough.
No, it's Pietro's.
Yeah, Tim did actually. Busting tables at Pietro's.
Working for the Italian community. That's what I do, Joey.
You probably got salad thrown at you all the time being sworn at in Italian. You know what it's about.
Bussing tables.
Is that your king, Tim? Salad thrown at you?
Yeah, John Iavaldi, Marco Gruffero. You remember him, Doug?
Look at you.
I don't.
You wouldn't be where you are today, Tim, if you didn't have that.
If I wasn't bussing tables at 13 and a half years old with a worker's permit, Doug. That's right.
So you were illegal too.
That's right. Jumping with joy.
Wow. Joey,
that's right.
God, this is awesome because the Blues sure do suck. This is great. This is actually a nice time to talk. It's fun to talk about the Olympics and the Italians and people getting rounded up.
I said, Dad, everyone's out playing hockey and swimming by the pool and drinking milkshakes. And they said, milkshakes. He goes, go bake a cake. He goes, get a job, you bum. That's what he said to me.
Different sort of work ethic back then than many of us have today.
Different life.
I'm with you. I've often wondered why so many. When you go to Europe, it's just absolutely beautiful, and you wonder why everybody wanted to move to the United States. I mean, you could have started a business here, couldn't you? In Italy or Greece or wherever. I don't know why so many of them felt like they had to come to the U.S. to do that. Or there must have been laws there.
Opportunity, Doug. Opportunity. Big old country. Lots of people.
I was just talking about opportunity, not listening to me, Doug.
Yeah,
but there's opportunity there. There's millions of people. There's millions of people in Italy and Greece and France and Spain. There's millions.
Their economies are shot. I mean, I went over to Rome about 4 years ago with my family, and I had a tour guide, and we're seeing the basilicas. You're seeing all the highlights. And we were having lunch with her. A girl named was Francesca. Shout out, Francesca!
Oh, hello, Fran.
She's calling in.
She's an incredible guy. She got us all the good stuff. But I said, well, what's it like living here? And she said, well, it's a great place to visit. It's not a great place to live. The taxes, you just can't survive. You can't really do much. Like the government and the taxes and the system over there, it's very, very, very hard. And that's why, it kind of got me to really think about where we are in America. And I know there are some great things and some not so great things, but all things considered, it's tough to survive in a lot of these countries and really want to start a business and start a life. It's a great place to live. It's a great place to be around, and the pace of life and how things are slower, and the food and the clothes. I mean, everything is amazing. It makes you never want to leave. But starting a life over there and trying to create a business and trying to make any sort of money, if that's what you're into, it's just not necessarily sometimes the place to be. Now, this is 100 years ago when all our ancestors, like the Saracenos and my grandpa that came over, it was even farther worse. Because especially my grandpa, he was from Sicily, the mafioso.
Oh no.
They were all over the place. You really couldn't do anything over there. You know what I'm trying to say?
You have mob ties?
Mafia. Blue sock, man. Wow.
You don't think you have
this
mob
guy's got the
ties, do you?
Doug with the follow-up after the silence.
The awkward silence. Is silence most commonly awkward?
Yeah.
Joey, anything else you want to throw on the table as the Blues sit with the second worst record in the NHL? I'm sorry, I feel obligated as a journalist, Tim, to bring up the fact the club is struggling a bit.
Yeah, tough, really tough. Listen, I don't think anyone saw themselves being here. Being around the group, especially these last two trips. This last one was tough. Like, it was really tough, and it was the dad's trip. It was. There's one thing for certain, even on like trips like where the dads are coming out, and there's some good moments in the season where you're looking forward to. Even those moments, they don't even seem that great anymore, because at the end of the day, if you're not winning, this is a business, right? And it's the business of winning. And this group is deflated right there. They seem partially broken, and I think you see good moments and good spurts, but like teams that can't lose, like the Colorado Avalanche to start the year, you ask them, like, I don't know, we just find a way to win every game. Well, guess what? It can go the opposite way too. And I think right now this is a group that, as they headed into this Olympic stretch, they just, especially on the road, and they lost 10 in a row, they just found ways to lose games. I mean, you're up by 4 goals in one game, right? You tie it late against one of the best teams in the league in the third period. You still lose in regulation. It's almost one of those feelings where, as a player, you just feel like it's just not meant to be. And that's a horrible, ruddy feeling to be in. It's hard to break that cycle, especially now as you look at yourself as the second worst record in the NHL. Is it too late statistically to make a push? Not technically, but I mean, this team is in a worse spot now, than they were last year. I mean, I did the numbers with Kerber before the Nashville game, and with 29 games left, they were 8 points out of a playoff spot. Now, they made the playoffs 8 points out. At the time, I believe we were 10 points out. Now I think we're 11 or 12.
14,
okay, with 2 less games. So it goes to show you, with 8 points out last year with 29 games remaining, we had to put it together a 12-game win streak, and we still snuck in on the final day. I mean, that is now the kind of push we're talking about. So realistically, not to be Debbie Downer here, I think you mentally have to start shifting away from the idea of getting in. Now it's to other things. It's to getting young players more opportunity. It's getting Otto Stenberg called up as soon as the Olympic break's over, because he's played some fantastic hockey. You want to see how he continues to grow. Moves are going to be made, right? What moves are going to be made? Is it a veteran defenseman? Is it a veteran forward? Is it one of your goals? You don't know, but you need to rip the Band-Aid, figure out what that looks like, and now figure out what this team is going to be moving forward. Because right now, as you come back from Olympic break, this is going to feel like purgatory for these players. It's a sucky feeling. Everyone's waiting to be traded, and being around that team and on the dad's trip with Nick Bukestad, I saw him come off the ice for the morning skate, big smile on his face, like seemed like nothing was going to happen. Then boom, it hit you. Now he's got to move his whole family out to New Jersey. I mean, this is the way it goes. And it's going to continue to happen that way. You come back, it's less than 2 weeks from the trade deadline. This group is going to feel like they're in purgatory for about 7 to 8 days. And once you rip the Band-Aid off and Doug Armstrong makes the moves he needs to make, then you rally the group, you take them into their locker room for a meeting, and you say, this is where we're at. This is the group that we're going to start building around. And then, like I said, Doug, all you can do now is continue to take a step in the right direction, not necessarily for the postseason this year, but building for next year. And that's just kind of where things are at.
Joey Vitale with us every Friday here on TMA, presented to you by Schaefer Door Company. Enjoy the hockey with your daughter. And, Doug, they call it the Motor City.
Yeah, they do.
Enjoy the weekend with your daughter. Joey, always appreciate the time, sir. Thanks so much, brother.
Good luck to the Nick Casino.
Gosh, here it comes again.
He said, Brando.
Make him an offer a camera fuse, Nick. Do a good job, son. Do a good job. For your family. For familia.
You need to get Joey on Movie Boy Jackson.
Wow.
Thank you, Joey. Jackson, have you tended to the...
Thank you. Appreciate it.
Nina Hartley. Have you tended to The Godfather and Godfather 2 on...
Yeah. Not yet.
Not yet.
Not yet. But
You're
with
going to have Joey on.
With an impression like that, yeah, I might have to.
Nice.
Then he played Colonel Kurtz.
Yeah.
Showed up very heavy. Very heavy, the set. So they're like, well, we're going to have to shoot you in the dark, brother.
Was it
That's
hot?
why it was so dark you couldn't even make out what was going on.
Too fat. He was way too fat.
Too fat to be seen?
Didn't even know his lines. They had to do cue cards again.
Well, why couldn't he just
Late
be
period
fat?
Brando.
Late period Brando. What's
truly-
that text name? You got 2 hours left to get a text name if you don't have one.
Truly did not give a damn.
Why don't you get another actor if the one that you've signed
'Cause
is
he's
too
the-
fat and can't remember the lines?
Because he's the greatest actor of a generation.
Well, clearly not on that picture.
Yeah, you ever
Just
seen
rubbed
Marlon Brando do some acting? He's pretty incredible.
Just rubbed his head the whole time.
Even as Kurtz, he's great.
That's what
He's
I'm
just
saying.
fat.
It appeared to be in like a steam room, but yet it was just hot.
Right, because he was too fat.
That happens to a lot of people where you're not who you used to be. Doesn't mean you
Right.
still get starring movie roles.
I mean, Albert
I guess
Pujols
it
is a
did
little
for him.
heavier, but were the Cardinals not going to sign him? You know?
But they wouldn't sign him today.
Yeah.
And they shot him in the
Well,
dark.
I don't know.
That whole season, he was shot in the dark.
The Colonel is going to join us coming up, brought to you by James Carlton of the Carlton State Farm Insurance Agency. Dougie's going to get you ready for the South Carolina game tomorrow.
Okay, yeah, can't wait. Well, it'll be a good one, I'm sure.
Someone's saying I've never seen The Godfather.
Oh, what's going
the
on?
hell
What's the
out of here,
problem?
saying I've never seen The Godfather.
Oh, now this is what would happen with Iggy or the Plowhawk. They would just start reading the text inbox and start responding spontaneously.
I just can't
Like
have
the
that.
listener's
I
supposed to know what you're talking
I
about.
can't have that out there in the universe.
What? You got to attend to
Someone
that?
says Jackson's never seen the Godfather. How are you the movie guy?
Oh, they accused you. I'm
Yeah,
sorry.
Seen it many times.
That's me. I haven't seen The Godfather.
Ooh.
What are you waiting
Garner.
for?
Just the right time.
Okay.
How about this weekend?
I'm busy.
Okay.
Gosh.
So there's a lot of things going on at one time on this show. Somebody I trust earlier, this is actually yesterday, sent me David Hoffman's phone number, the guy who is saying he wouldn't mind buying the Cardinals, successful businessman. So I thought I'd fire a bullet, just his number, but I trust the source. So I sent him a note saying, hey, the show, da-da-da, would love to have you. It just says, and he responded, just said, thanks. So I don't know if that
Probably
means.
a no.
I don't know if that means he's coming on the show.
So you said I'd love to have you on the show?
Yeah. He just
And then he
said,
wrote,
thanks.
Oh,
It's like he appreciates the offer.
Thank you
So
for the delicious. So your next text will be what?
I guess.
Yeah, it puts you to the test, doesn't it?
Sounds good. Let's nail this down.
Oh,
Yeah,
there you
I
go.
like that.
Yeah.
I like that. He could have been the one just texting in saying that Jackson's never seen Godfather.
What if David Hoffman does call in and says, really like that movie, boy? We're on the private jet flying around the country, and we've got it piped in.
If you are struggling to eat steak, missing a tooth, dentures floating around like a hockey puck, get to know Dr. Brandon Pryor, 100 West Dental, complex rehabilitative dentistry, implants, reconstruction, giving you the ability to chew and smile back to 100%. Most dentists charge you $500 just to find out what's wrong. Not Dr. Brandon Pryor. And this deal is for the TMA audience. Dr. Pryor is waiving the cost of a 3D scan and implant consultation, and that's a $450 value on the house just to see if you are a good candidate. Get your smile and your life back. Call 100 West Dental at 636-585-0100 or visit 100westdental.com to schedule right from your home. They are on Manchester in Baldwin. Tell them I sent you for a complimentary implant consult. That's right, complimentary. Free. 100westdental.com. Colonel's coming up. This is TMA 101 ESPN. The final Football Friday as we single day leading up to the big game. Today's 30% profit boost is for first quarter markets, alt passing yards, receiving and rushing yards. So, do you think the Seahawks are just going to feed JSN to get the star going, or will the Patriots establish the run early and get Stevenson over his first quarter rushing total? Those are the plays you can make today with a 30% profit boost. All you have to do is opt in each day and place an eligible bet to use that day's profit boost. Ladies and gentlemen, it's Jackson Burkett. He makes picks, you make money. What do you got, Papers?
It's not under the umbrella of that first quarter profit boost that FanDuel is running, but I do like the under of 8.5 in the first quarter.
That's what it is. The total's 8.5. Huh?
Yeah, I like that in the first quarter. I like the under there. I also like the Pacers plus 1.5 tonight. Kobe Brown, a new Indiana Pacer. Let's get a plus 1.5 on the Indiana Pacers against the Bucks.
There you go. So whether you're locking in early lines, riding your favorite props, or taking one last swing before the final whistle, FanDuel is giving everyone something extra to cheer for during football's final week. Play your game with FanDuel, official sportsbook partner of Super Bowl 60. Must be 21 or older and present in Missouri. Opt-in required. Bonus issued as non-withdrawable profit boost tokens. Restrictions apply, including any token expiration and max wager amount. See terms at sportsbook.fanduel.com. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
This is Jackson with a Sports Center update brought to you by Saliga Heating and Cooling. The Lakers defeat the Sixers last night, 119-115. Austin Rivers back in the lineup. Welcome back, Revo. 35 points, 6 rebounds. That was another Sports Center update brought to you by Saliga Heating and Cooling, a Daikin heating and air conditioning dealer.
It's like an orchestra involved in this.
Mm-hmm.
Stephanie Seymour, right? Stephanie Seymour?
I don't know. Vianney's got a good father-son orchestra.
Did you know the NFL had a choir?
I didn't, but I was
Did you
just
see
thinking
the
they
NFL
were
choir?
good, too.
Yeah, they were pretty good. And I was thinking there's NFL players, current and former, that got out there, and it was during the In Memoriam, and they got up there and they started harmonizing. And I was thinking, when would they practice? They're all from all over the place.
I know. Yeah, they were
kind
very
of a
good.
Boys to Men vibe.
Oh, nice.
During the NFL Honors, hosted by friend of the show, John Hamm.
The program is called The Morning After. It's presented to you by Brown and Crouppen on 101 ESPN. Mark Hanna, sponsor of the 9 o'clock hour, and he is online at evergreen-ws.com. Coming up on our polosplus.com dossier. You want to see what Polos Plus can do for you? Look at what Jackie Papers is wearing. If you're watching this program on YouTube right now, you can see it. It is a sharp look.
Thank you. Yeah,
I'm
it's really
becoming
nice.
a Polos Plus lemming.
Me too.
I really am.
I got some more great stuff, too.
God almighty. I'm telling you. Andrew Hubbard, Polos Plus, TMA promo code. It gets you 10% off at polosplus.com. Doug, we've had a great week with the Collier and Thompson phone lines.
Have we?
We welcome people to call in, 314-974-0101. Caller Adam just got suspended, 15% tariff you hit him with. And the appliance discounter's suspension logule. But you had caller Steve, the line cook from Joey B's in South County.
He's a delight.
Liked him.
True delight. Dan Jansen broke the text inbox yesterday with his. And now kind of giving you an update on what's going on around St. Gabriel's with the 7th grade tournament. Fungo is on the Collier and Thompson phone lines. Good morning, Fungo.
Hey, good morning, gentlemen. How are we doing?
We are wonderful. How are you?
I'm doing well, thank you. And if I can continue the Joey Vitale report, I'd like to give a shout-out to a player on the Maryville Saints women's hockey team, Miss Jameson Plager, granddaughter of Bart.
How about that? How about that?
She is a waitress at Faloni's, 6217 Manchester.
Yola.
Wow.
Home of the best pizza and chicken wings there is.
Yola.
So, but no, she's been played a couple years out there, and she's a very charming young lady. So, but so on to the
nice shout out.
Oh, maybe you should have written this out like Dan Jansen.
Hey, now to the official St. Gabriel 7th grade tournament report, brought to you by the official caterer.
You've got your own sponsor for this call.
Pietro's.
Oh,
okay.
You know that place, Tim?
What place? Do you say Pietro's?
Pietro's,
Oh,
yeah.
sure.
They're the official caterer for the St. Gabriel's 7th grade tournament.
I was going LeGrand's. I'm
tables
sorry.
there, ran the dishwasher. Don't want to brag. Yep.
But it looks like we're going to have St. Raphael versus Loyola, South versus the North. And the thing about Loyola is it's a 6th grade team with some 5th graders on it.
They're playing
They
up.
are tremendous. They got a very, very good team, and if possible, they'll be back next year.
Really?
Has what have you got the trophies picked up yet for St. Gabe's?
I'm not in charge of that.
But they
Somebody
do
else
win,
is-
right?
somebody else is picking them up.
I'm sure they're up there, along with all the T-shirts everybody
What the
wears.
hell are we doing?
Sorry.
Are you still refereeing the games?
I will. I refed a couple this week. Yes. I will be absent for the finals, but I will be seen tomorrow at 12:15 in St. Gabriel's gym, doing my best.
Okay.
As always.
When St. Gabe's gets a call in their favor, do you hop on one foot, start bouncing and pointing the other direction? A charge! That's a charge! Do you really ham it up a little bit?
Nothing like that. They don't get favorite calls up there.
Thank you, Fungo.
Oh, whatever.
They
Thank
don't get
you.
favorite
How about
calls.
our guy Willie Springer? Does he get fired up and tee some people up?
No, he was relatively calm this year in the game we had together the other night.
Doug, there was a picture on the TMA fan page of Willie Springer, producer on this program 12 years ago, I think, reffing a game.
Oh, good.
At St. Gabriel's.
Well, So that's the scoop.
Okay.
There it is.
And when is it? It's this weekend?
Tomorrow night's the championships. 4 games, 5:15. We got like 4 games tomorrow night. So
it's best of 4.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
It's always good to talk to you guys. And I'm sorry, Martin.
Yes, sir.
I am sorry that I didn't get a chance to call in about Candy Cane Lane. I heard you were talking about it about a month ago.
Kind of like iced tea. I forget. I forget what we were saying about it, but yes, we were talking about Candy Cane Lane. I probably did put out a Fungo alert. My bad.
No, that's okay. So, but you guys have a wonderful day. And
wonderful weekend. Good luck with the games tomorrow.
Okay, thank you very much. I'm sure I'll have a few beers.
Here's the halftime.
Why wouldn't you?
Got a little igloo cooler off to the side.
Kelly Thompson, phone lines.
Sorry I didn't call in last month about Candy Cane Lane.
That call was all over the place.
But he brought his own sponsor, which is nice.
Two. He brought 2.
I think he only called to drop some sponsor names.
God almighty. I hate this call so much. That's from the bastard
Why?
James Hahn. I don't know. Bastard James Hahn.
It's a folksy call.
It is folksy.
Got a little grade school basketball going on.
And he might have a beer during the game. Mm-hmm. Which is something you want to hear out of your lead official.
Holy crap. Boy,
And you guys rip on Dan Jansen for writing his material out.
Yeah, but that was like a featurette right there.
Oh my God! That was a wonderful call, Doug. Kind of setting the stage. It's Loyola and who's the other? St. Raphael's. Wow.
Well, right across the park,
that's
right?
a title tilt.
That's
They're bringing
a
them in
surprise.
from.
I don't know. That's a surprise.
One team's playing 5th graders on the 6th grade. Might affect the line a little bit.
Yeah. I thought it was a 7th grade tournament.
Do you think they can't field enough?
Well, Fungo call back.
Yeah, I don't understand. So Loyola is so good that their 6th grade team is playing in the 7th grade tournament, and some of them are 5th graders?
Yeah, that's how good they are.
Wow. Doug, you want to go to the game and see this?
Well, I'm so busy.
Anybody have a line? You'd think Loyola is a favorite against St. Raphael. St. Raphael ever won the 7th grade tournament?
Are these boys or girls playing? Did you nail that down?
It sounded like girls.
Yeah, that's the impression I got, too.
Oh, okay.
That's what it sounded like. I don't know.
Okay.
They have 4 games.
Hey, Tim, what's the plan for Friday night as pizza night? Thanks. That's from Big Tuft. I could see Pizza Go-Go being the play. I could see Pizza Go-Go being the play.
Talking about the South Side.
But that means I got to hit an ATM because I carry no cash on me, and it's cash only, Doug, over Pizza Go-Go.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I might do Pizza Go-Go. Well, all right, that's what I'll do. I'll do Pizza Go-Go. Fine.
Okay.
What do you like from Pizza Go-Go?
I've never been there. I'm sure I'd like everything from there.
Oh. Papers, you go.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I like pineapple on the pizza, but I don't even know if Pizza Go-Go offers that. Usually I
You're
like
more of a meat and potatoes pizza place.
Yeah.
They might look at you and say, get out of the South Side with that pineapple.
Yeah. I want to ask them if they could slice it wider.
So you're going to make a request.
What difference does it make?
I just like a wider. I like a wider slice. They're kind of thin.
Take a second piece.
You're that guy.
What do you mean that guy?
You can't just. It's the way they
I'm
offer
a
it.
gentleman with taste.
It's the way they offer it.
I know, but I'm just that I think it'd be better if it was a little wider.
Tell a movie boy, get the hell out of here.
Tim, I'll buy your pizza. Let's have a drink at Babe's first. That's from the Heiser House Hooligan. I guess I'll hang over at Babe's.
Is this all Ivanhoe? Is that what we decided?
Yeah.
Epiphany Bowling Lanes, Babes, Musers,
There's a guy
Pizza
named
Go-Go.
G Unit who used to do the Pick Six podcast from behind the Babes dumpster.
That's right.
And would often run into internet connection issues, much to my dismay.
Producer Joe and Iggy were sideways with each other on the podcast.
Yeah.
Delightful little gambling
It was a great
podcast.
2-year run.
Pick Six, it had a magical run. Colonel's going to join us next. Jackson's going to ask him one question about the South Carolina game, then we'll probably take a break. I'll be honest with you. That's what's coming up. It's TMA 101 ESPN.
live in, which is called Missouri. It is called
Missouri. Missouri is where I live. Missouri is where I live. Whoa. Well, they'll be playing this in Columbia, South Carolina tomorrow at high noon as the Tigers head to take on the Gamecocks. And joining us right now to get you ready for the festivities is the Colonel, Gabriel P. DeArmond, on the Callier and Thompson phone lines. Gabe joins us on Mondays and Fridays, presented to you by James Carlton of the Carlton State Farm Insurance Agency. Morning, Colonel.
What's up, guys?
Well, I was browsing that Power Mizzou Tigers lair. Doug, you ever go in the Tigers lair over there?
I don't really. No.
Jackson, you go on there?
Sure.
Do you? Do you post?
No.
Okay.
But I work.
Yeah.
And
occasionally
I
post.
happily pay the subscription because it's worth every penny.
You're damn right it is. PowerMizzou.com. And I see they took out the troughs from Memorial Stadium for O'Field. What's is that? Are those gone for good?
I never would know outside of our message board that there were people that cared, or that actually preferred to stand next to 20 other people to pee without any sort of barrier or wall. It is bizarre. So I had an hour with Laird Veach yesterday, and I took some questions because he agreed to take questions from our people, and no fewer than 10% of the submissions were about places they can urinate at football games.
Oh, what the AD
Two
say?
about troughs and one about porta potties, and I just thought there's not a world in which I'm asking bathroom questions. Like, I get an hour one-on-one with the AD, and you want me to ask bathroom questions?
Sure, if you would.
What's happening?
Well, we think it's important, but what,
this town soft.
what were some of the highlights, some of the takeaways with Laird?
Well, no urinary discussion. Not on the record. There may have been
That's off the record.
chuckle or two. There may have been a chuckle or two about how many people are interested in the subject. But no, I mostly did it because I wanted to, and I wrote this morning a story. Just we are almost a year into revenue sharing, and nobody understands this. Like, I still get, we cater to the most plugged-in fans in the entire fan base. And it is stunning to me how many of them still, like, how many times I get asked, like, well, why don't they just take money from this and give it to the players? And how many people just don't have a fundamental understanding of how this works? And I don't blame them. And even Laird said yesterday, look, we spend every day talking about this stuff, and there are still things that we're figuring out. So I understand why fans don't understand, but I'm kind of hoping to at least not avoid the questions in the future, but have a place they can go to get the answers.
Well, back to the urinals. How's that north side construction going at the stadium? Is that about done? It's going to be done before the start of the 26th season?
I was just looking at a drone video on Tigers lair.
He said yesterday it is on schedule, and is still planned to be done by the 2026 season opener. I drive by it a couple times a week, and it looks more and more like a real structure with things in it. I think they've got about 30% of the seats left to sell, and he said still a little more than $20 million to raise. I'm sure those things go hand in hand, but that's where they're at.
And we got a little basketball game tomorrow, Gabe. This is one you got to have.
It really is. I mean, like, mathematically, it's not exactly a must-win game because there are still others you can win. But if you don't win this one, the path there it gets a lot harder. South Carolina's 2-8 in the league. I know it's a road game, but this is one that you look at and say, okay, if we're going to find 2 or 3 on the road, this probably needs to be one of them.
Jackson, you got anything about this game you want to ask the Colonel?
Oh, man. Do you think the last time we saw Mizzou with a somewhat prolonged break, we saw an improved team? Obviously, that came with the return of Jaden Stone and Trent Pierce. Do you think maybe this week off will do the Tigers some good, or do you think it'll be more of the same of what we've seen so far this year in the SEC?
No, I think the biggest help is that it gives Sean Phillips, 3 or 4 extra days for his sprained ankle to be better. And Gabe said yesterday he was practicing. I would fully expect he's going to play. And I know fans have some wildly varying opinions on him, but you saw in the last 15 minutes that Mississippi State game, like, they're better with him than they are without him. Yeah. So I think they need him. And I thought the Mississippi State game was largely encouraging. I mean, I know it went from like 14-3 in the second half, but Phillips was out, and I just cut them some slack for – a guy goes off the court on a stretcher with 10.5 minutes left. That shakes you up a little bit. So I cut him a little slack there. And I thought there were things that looked better. And South Carolina's kind of a similar team to Mississippi State. Like, they can beat you on the wrong day, but if you're a tournament team, they probably shouldn't beat you.
The Colonel, Gabriel DeArmond, brought to you by James Carlton at the Carlton State Farm Insurance Agency, Missouri, South Carolina, tomorrow at noon. And, of course, more trough talk. Hopefully, PowerMizzou.com on that Tiger's Lair message board where Jackson and I hang out. Doug, I recommend you going there too.
Okay. If we auction those off, you guys want to buy a trough?
I want a trough. I want a trough now.
Yeah, don't worry about cleaning it.
Hard to get them clean.
Let's get Jimmy a trough.
I'll restore it.
So you put it in the trunk.
You could just do the whole show. All four of you could just stand in a line and do the show.
Oh, Doug.
No.
Oh, great.
That's exciting.
Trough talk.
Exciting thought.
Trough talk. Thank you, Colonel.
All right, guys. Have a good one.
Yeah, there he is. That's Gabe DeArmond with us.
You have 24 hours in the trough.
How much did I like that trough? I live there.
James Carlton is online at carltoninsurance.net. Jackson Burkett is now a client of James's. Jamie Rivers is, and Brandon Kiley is. I have been since 2019. What do we love about working with James and his team? Number one, the ability to save you money right now on automotive insurance. Holy, I mean, it is something else. James has been doing this for 18 years. He says this is the largest rate decrease he has seen in his career. So therefore, wouldn't you say it's worth a 3-minute phone call? 314-961-4800. Go online at carltoninsurance.net and see what they can do for you. Plus, once you make the switch to James Carlton, the customer service you will receive will be incredible as well. It's James Carlton, carltoninsurance.net. If your insurance costs a leg and an arm, call James Carlton. State Farm. Got the Design, Air, Heating, and Cooling email of the day coming up. And then there's sound that we have here, and I don't know what's going on, but do we have a college basketball coach weeping about losing?
No. This was Wes Miller going up to fans in the tunnel after Cincinnati lost and apologizing, essentially.
It says he's I took emotional to be like teary.
No, he wasn't crying.
Watch this, though, Doug. Terry T.
That was your grade school music teacher?
Bill Chandler. Yeah, thank you. Good for you. You're doing show prep.
Yeah.
Was he being harassed by the fans?
Bill Chandler? No, people loved him.
No. Okay, the previous topic.
Wes Miller?
Was the coach at Cincinnati. Were they like screaming, you stink, you suck? Or they were just
he volunteered
there and he walked over to say it'll be okay?
Right.
I don't know. Jackson pulled this on his own, I assume.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, yeah. I mean, I wasn't there.
But I mean, the audio.
Well, yeah, I pulled it from the internet.
With the boss.
No, I don't understand what we're talking about.
Why so mouthy today?
Who's mouthy?
To your Aperol?
Who's mouthy? I haven't taken it in a while.
Oh, no.
Yeah.
What's that about?
We're free in the mind, baby.
Really? You're going to no longer take Adderall?
Try not to.
Yeah.
Really?
Some people grow out of ADD.
Oh, no, that's still rampant. But I'm trying to handle it myself.
So your fruit salad dish of
It'll be
pills,
lighter. There'll still be plenty in there.
Okay, when I snag an Advil,
the worst you're
going
to take is hair loss medication.
Okay.
There you go.
Which they're pretty tasty.
Hair loss medication's tasty?
This one I got, yeah, chewables.
All right.
Yeah, pretty tasty. Kind of tastes like a, remember a dreamsicle bar you get at the ice cream?
Oh, dreamsicle. Is that Jason Isbell, Doug?
Like the orange and vanilla, like a push pop.
That's what your hair medication tastes like?
Uh-huh. Yeah.
Aren't you just supposed to swallow it? Is it supposed to
This is a chewable. This is a chewable.
Huh.
No free ads, but it's pretty good stuff.
Okay. All right. Okay. But you don't use them for snacking or anything.
I wouldn't recommend it.
No, I wouldn't.
Jackson, I'll take your extra Adderalls. Thanks. That's from Father Brown. He's got that parish over in Belleville.
No, I will not be admitting to any felonies on the air.
All right, fair enough.
Yeah, that's a nasty thing that you can get out of trouble if you share your medication.
But you can talk about it on Movie Boy?
But Martin can steal it, though, and then Johnny Law won't come knocking.
Looking for an Advil. I didn't know that people mixed all of their pills into one. You just kind of have a little roulette.
Potluck, they call
when
it.
You've got a migraine, you're like, you know what, maybe I'll just
because
take
I
Adderall.
know what's in there. I wasn't necessarily, I wasn't saying
It's
on a
probably
shelf.
a crime that I went into your private stash of medicines.
That's okay. I won't press any charges. Plus, the statute of limitations is probably up.
Gene Stexholte's Wicked Slide piece says, Jackson, your ADD is a byproduct of your face down, ass up sleeping technique. You aren't getting enough oxygen.
Could be the case.
Yeah. You're not still sleeping.
You bought that nonsense?
But you've told us you sleep face first into the pillow.
That's correct. That's how I sleep.
Aren't you concerned that might cut off your oxygen supply?
I'm still here, aren't I?
How about that, Doug?
Yeah.
What's your response to that?
I'm clearly breathing during
So
sleep.
Chaser said in 2019, we're still here, aren't I?
Oh, yeah.
Can I borrow your CPAP?
buddy.
We're still
I
here.
don't have it anymore.
You don't have it? You're not bringing it down to
No.
Jupiter?
I haven't used that in
missed
a
that
year
thing.
or so. Good
Johnny
for you.
Law won't come knocking Jackson, but Johnny Sins might. That's from Ray King.
Yeah. Sleeping face down would be good for that.
Yeah. With your angled gape.
Not to put too fine a point on it.
I found out when I sleep on my back, I have sleep apnea. When I sleep on my side, I don't have it.
Yeah. I start on my side and end on my face.
Oh,
Tee.
That'll set the stage for the Design Air Heating and Cooling email of the day, which is coming your way here on this award-winning presentation. It is called TMA, presented to you by Brown and Crouppen on 101 ESPN and the TMA STL YouTube channel. Chocolate melts, flowers fade, but sparkle lasts forever. 8 days away from Valentine's Day, and this Valentine's Day, find the perfect piece for the one who has your heart. At Decor, that's Decor Jewelry, located at Olive and 141, or online at decor-jewelry.com. At Decor, you'll find the most magnificent selections of diamond jewelry St. Louis has ever seen. If you are stuck on what to get for Valentine's Day, let Decor help you out. The bling is everywhere, from classic to trendy. And gentlemen, you can think about getting diamond stud earrings. Decor has them in every size and price range. And if you're ready to pop the question, Decor has an entire room filled with beautiful engagement rings. Decor will even help you custom design the perfect setting that fits for your fiance and your budget. You'll also find rare, one-of-a-kind pieces that say "Be mine" in the most unique way. It's all at Decor Jewelry at Olive and 141. Online at decor-jewelry.com. Decor, always unique, always affordable. What do we got going on here right now, you think?
This was a hot song in the disco era.
It's just groovy.
There isn't a reason?
Nah.
Oh.
Tim, get on board with the new theme.
The theme starts with a theme, and then by the end of the program...
Well, he's off his meds, this boy.
Oh, yeah. So you're just taking hair meds? That's it?
Yeah, as of right now.
Tasty ones, too.
That quarter zip makes up for all the randomness of the music. Whatever. It's all good because that quarter zip is so
Isn't it a
strong.
sharp look?
It is.
You like it?
Yeah.
Thank you, man.
I ordered some. I did.
They really do. I'm excited to do some stuff with them. It's polosplus.com, and we're going to work with them on some TMA merchandise. I got to get on the phone with that Andrew Hubbard today. That's what I need to do. We got the Design Air Heating and Cooling email today coming up here on the program in a matter of moments. And also, we have an emotional Wes Miller approaching fans post-game. I kind of want to hear this. I deep teased it, and I don't know what's going on. Now, see, he's the head coach of Cincinnati, and they've had a rough year. That's what I know.
Yes.
But what's going on?
So he went, this was him in the tunnel yesterday. There was some probably donors or fans with some quality seats because they were in the tunnel. And he went up to them and kind of explained himself.
Okay. You guys deserve to be frustrated. It ain't okay. I understand the responsibility of this job. These results ain't okay. Thank you. You guys deserve to be frustrated. But I'm a human too. And nobody's more frustrated than I am. So trust me, I care deeply about this. Thank you.
Show it. Okay. Take a little ownership.
Yeah, I didn't think it was like a huge deal.
No, it wasn't.
Wow, he was sobbing, Tim?
No.
He was sobbing?
I saw it. We only had, I don't, Martin, I guess you didn't harass Jackson with TikTok clips yesterday.
I'm trying to slow my roll. I was kind of overdoing it.
I didn't harass Jackson with outside of Nevin Shapiro podcast clips. That's all I send now. And I saw it as one of our 6 pieces of fun with audio. There are only 4 that don't involve Nevin Shapiro. And I thought, oh, what did Wes Miller? I know he's been catching some hell. So that's why I saw it, and it stood out to me. That's all.
Yeah.
So I wanted to hear it.
For sure. There it was.
It was just a really nice piece of audio.
I don't think it was all that great.
No.
Probably the video component helps with it. But
Why was he sobbing? Jeez. He's in his 5th year at Cincinnati. If he gets whacked, shirts to Cincinnati.
He's going there?
No. No.
Time for the Design Air Heating and Cooling email today.
Hit the lever, please, pal.
Whatever.
All right, hit the lever, pal.
This kid's gone.
Get back on the medication, would you?
I'm fine.
Okay.
I think the Seahawks will win the Super Bowl while also covering the spread. According to DVOA, Doug, you ever study DVOA?
No.
They rank in the top 5 teams of all time. The only teams that have been better are the 2007 Patriots, the 1991 Redskins. I apologize. The 1985 Bears and the 2023 Ravens. Some true powerhouse teams. I also think that email of the day should not be judged on writing skills, but rather the size and perkiness of our wives' chests.
No.
Attached is an image of my wife. I hope it pleases Tim and makes Doug blush. I don't see an image, though.
No, he teased us. There's no image.
Bastard. Doug, that's from the Tin Man.
Suspend him, Doug. Suspend him.
The Tin Man. I'm not going to suspend him. I am going to put him on notice. The Tin Man has been put on notice, and a letter will be put in his file. No, won't feel very good. His name is going down in the appliance discounter suspension logule.
Hey, guys, I went to clipthatoff.com and hit random 50, and here's a sampling of what we got today. I'll be a start us in. I just got to tell Mike. That's from Matt Holliday doing an impression of Trevor Rosenthal at one of our spring training broadcasts. These setups on remotes lend to you guys seeing a lot of male genitalia. That's from me, and I guess I'm probably responding to the text inbox in which people would send in pictures of weens. Is that correct?
Well, if they knew someone was near the computer with
They like to send that in, so then it looks like I'm looking at weens,
Yes.
which I might be doing right now. Nobody knows. Doug, I'm lactating. Thanks. That's from Chaps.
Chaps with a poor email.
No, that wasn't
No, that was right.
Rather abrupt.
I gave Pepper and Jeannie a chance last week. 22 and a half minutes of pube talk. That's from Mr. Licks. Well, it started as that. Then it turned more toward just being with a gentleman. That's from Unknown Man. Keep up the good work. That's from the Bard of Lombard.
Unknown
Were there multiple?
man.
Oh, this is.
Well, I'm lost.
Are they just sending in like 2 or 3 word emails?
The Bard of Lombard goes to clipthatOff.com.
Where a bunch of our drops are saved.
Okay.
And he just hits random 50, and those are the ones that played back, and he was citing those in his email.
Okay.
That was one email.
Okay, from the Bard of Lombard.
That's correct.
Thanks for the coherent email.
As the suds cascaded down my windshield and the familiar scent of cleanliness filled the cabin of my hot dad Subaru, I felt rejuvenated. Washing away the salt and grime is like a new beginning, a new chapter. A chapter where a radio show that allegedly wasn't successful at all for 20 years is now suddenly in the top 4 mid-market thing or whatever. Perhaps this means prizes will finally be dealt out to winners in a top 4 timely manner as well. Since I'm a rare golden Griffican, I'll need to hire a St. Mary's or CBC grad to use the elbow grease and get the tough areas of my wheels. Is that fan page the best place to find doughy losers who peaked in high school and hang out in QT kitchens to do manual labor? Thanks, that's from the Crestwood Coyote.
Crestwood Coyote.
What's a golden Griffican? Like
Guess
I went to
he's a
Vianney
Vianney?
and then went to St. Louis University? Is that what that means, Doug?
Could be. Is it some special award you get if you're a Golden Griffin?
I don't know.
I don't know.
Jackson, where do Vianney grads usually go to university?
Mizzou.
Is that right?
Probably a lot of Missouri State, a lot of SEMO, and probably a decent mix of Dayton in there.
Dayton?
Dayton's a pretty hot place for St. Louis private school kids.
I agree. It's a Jesuit thing, I would think.
Okay. I truly, I'm not being disrespectful. I don't know the difference.
Wow.
I don't know. I don't know.
either. If you go to Vianney, you're
Thank
still
you, Doc.
Catholic, right? Catholic, Chaminade, they're not that different, are they?
Doug?
I don't know. I'm a Presbyterian.
Yeah.
I don't know. I just have found the best way to judge people is by where they went to high school. If you go to New York and Los Angeles and like Singapore,
yeah,
that's what they talk about.
Yeah.
Yeah. Where'd you prep?
My dad went to Dayton.
Did he?
Oh,
Is that right?
Little
Flyer?
Fun fact.
Forget that. How about high school?
Yeah.
I don't know.
You don't even know what
he's
high
from
school your
Dayton.
dad went
No,
to.
I absolutely do not.
Oh, gosh.
Where'd your dad go to high school?
Liberal high school in Kansas.
Figures.
Unfortunately named town.
Tim, Martin, Doug, you have no idea how lucky you are. Jackson, you don't know what you're in for. Ask Chairman, being single over 40 sucks. Let me paint a picture. You're on the apps. You like literally every profile you see that is under 60 and 250 pounds. Well, hopefully under 250 pounds. And the ladies play hard to get and act like you drive a white panel van that says free candy on the side. And it all goes nowhere. So you browse around on Facebook and you dabble in some St. Louis singles groups. Yes, there's more than one. That's how desperate some of us are to find a person who might stick around and help stave off that feeling of impending doom as grim death creeps closer every day.
Gosh.
Happy early birthday, Jackson. That's from Brad in Boca. Wow.
Brad in Boca.
I open these up and I don't read them beforehand. Chairman Kurt does the filtering, and I just kind of assume they're going to be taking a shot at the show or one of us or
Right.
3 of us or whatever. And Brandon Boca's kind of taking a different line. He's just making life observations. It's kind of like a Seinfeldian approach to the Design, Air, Heating, and Cooling email of the day. Chairman Kurt, is that what it's like being single and over 40 in St. Louis?
I mean, kind of, yeah. He's right
Really?
about those Facebook groups, too.
What, I don't even know what, I mean.
I recently saw one. It's titled Singles in St. Louis, and it's just a lot of people asking for people to post pictures. Could be one brother asking an unbrother unbeknownst to them.
Oh, yeah.
Seen that happen before.
But hey, the pool's shallow and you got to swim somewhere.
And so the filter is under 60 and under 250 pounds. That's what you enter. You can. These are actually determining.
I haven't found an app that lets you weight filter, but
And it's all to stave off the impending doom of death?
that part I can kind of feel, yeah.
And then you have the other option Kurt would propose, right? What, 3 a.m. quick trip parking lot, Tim? For
That didn't go in my favor, so I'm off that.
It was 2002. Another 7th grade basketball billet dad and I had squeezed into our best jorts with coordinated flip-flops because it was going to be our big day out on the Forest Park public golf course. Even our music had a theme. but we gave up on it after about 4 songs. Our kids' basketball team had just gotten bounced out of the St. Gabe's tournament, but we beat the 42-point spread, so we were flush with cheddar and coupons.
Oh, coupons.
We got paired with some elitist local sports reporter and his big shot cousin who acted like they owned the place. He had the nerve to guess what direction the ball was going to go on a putt.
Oh, yes. It's sounding familiar now.
So I says to the guy, quote, what? So you can predict the future like a psychic or a witch or a meteorologist? I feel like I really cut him down a peg, which he obviously needed, even if he was correct. That's from Shooter McGavin, the vice president of the hetero part of dressing for the boys.
Shooter McGavin.
Hey, guys, I was just wondering if the free HVAC system contest is still going on. I emailed in back early in January a couple times, even got a win or two, but I had to step away for a bit to support my wife as she chased a personal goal of hers. You see, she's always been big on self-improvement, and it's always been a dream of hers to be in the Guinness Book of World Records. And she told me this year she wanted to outdo Bonnie Blue. I didn't know what that was, but when your wife has a dream, you hold her hair while she does her thing, you know? So I spent January being her emotional support husband, driving her around, posting Craigslist ads like Pog, seeking thick tripod, hanging out in Tractor Supply stores, asking strangers if they were busy later, and dabbing the sweat off her brow while the old ball and chain took on every Tom, Doug, and Harry that wanted to be a part of the record-setting dalliance. Anyway, we're back home now, spiritually and backdoorly exhausted, but closer than ever. But our HVAC unit finally gave out during this period of growth. Just wanted to see if I still qualify. If not, maybe throw me one of those free golf balls or two, or maybe hook me up with a couple of those 38 special tickets you guys are giving away. Thanks. That's from the incel from the other end of the couch, Doug, who was leading the Design Air Heating and Cooling email of the month in January, and then got filtered out and I guess discouraged, but it sounds like he went on a life journey with his wife.
Yeah.
Okay.
The Indianapolis Colts at the email today competition.
Yeah, he's like Dave Chappelle, had this great thing going, just walked away.
Maybe he got too nasty.
Is that what happened, Sherman?
Yeah, one day it was, like I said, I'm a pervert, and even I wouldn't let that through.
Oh, gosh, good for you. Not for being a pervert, but for not letting it through.
Shame.
And finally, I am dumbfounded. How can he have not seen Godfather? Disgraciano. Also, how much for 5 Adderall? Doug, that's from Thanks, I'm not gay, but I'm willing to learn.
Not gay, but willing to learn. He's new.
Harold Ramis.
A good one.
And that's what we have for the Design Air Heating and Cooling email of the day. The question now is what you got, and we will fill out the secret ballots and announce the winner coming up at approximately 10:55. Martin, headed to onboarding. Fridays are always fun. They always do games, kind of a field day.
Yeah, when it gets nicer out, we go outside, sit on the ground, discuss thoughts on the industry, where it's headed, how we can do better.
Yeah, nice. Natural sound pops at the opening of your VOSATs.
Teasing.
Yeah, get better at teasing.
They have a little clip they play of Tim teasing.
Yeah,
it's really helpful to all the guys.
Martin is heading out for onboarding. Chairman Kurt slides into the Design Air Heating and Cooling 10 o'clock hour. This program is called The Morning After, and it's presented to you by Brown and Crouppen as we broadcast on 101 ESPN and the TMA STL YouTube channel from the Stiefel Studios.
TMA is sponsored by Stiefel for over 135 years. Stiefel has been a trusted name in finance, headquartered right here in downtown St. Louis since 1890. So what does Stiefel do? pretty much everything money related. Wealth management, check. Banking through Stifel Bank, yes. Own a business, they've got a full service investment bank for that too. Basically, if it involves finance, Stifel has a solution for you. With 12 offices across the St. Louis region and more than 400 nationwide, Stifel combines local experience with national reach. Unlike many firms, Stifel is not bank owned. They own their own bank, and that independence allows them to focus on one thing, doing what's best for their clients. It's a philosophy that has made Stifel one of the fastest growing wealth management firms in the world. Their tagline says it all, where success meets success, and that's why they're partnering with TMA. It just makes sense. Stifel and TMA, where success meets success. Stifel Nicholas and Company Incorporated, member SIPC and NYSE.
This is Jackson with a Sports Center update brought to you by Saliga Heating and Cooling. More basketball on tomorrow. We got the Lakers and the Warriors. Pregame at 7, tip-off at 7:30 right here on 101 ESPN. That was another Sports Center update brought to you by Saliga Heating and Cooling, a Daikin heating and air conditioning dealer.
Yumry get on base? Can they do just enough to stay in the race? Walker's ticket to Cooperstown is on hold. Can Tick make it from Memphis and carry the load? Maybe Dinger God will be lights out. Our fits will fit in, but there's a whole lot of doubt. Can Win or Burley ignite a little passion? Will JoJo turn the lights red? Hell's bells fashion. Yes, this year could be a long one for the players and fans, but I'll keep on watching just to see the
How about that?
Well, the boys in the band were fired up. They really brought it. That is a nice tune.
Doug, I was just sent this statistic. Do you follow Jay Cutta
I do
on the
not.
Twitter tweets?
I do not. I guess I should, probably.
Jackson, have you seen this?
What's the name again? I'm sorry?
Jay Cutta?
No.
In this century, every time the Super Bowl has been played in between the two teams, with one team traveling east and one team traveling west, the team traveling west has won. This is good news for the Patriots. Doug, you're looking for a data point for your wagering on the Super Bowl, the game that will be watched by tens of millions of people, but barely anybody is talking about this week.
You would think that maybe it could be it affects their time, their circadian rhythms a little less by going west, but they're in these cities for a week before the game, right? They got
In
time to catch up.
2002, the Rams were traveling east to New Orleans.
Well, it's straight south.
Look at a map.
I mean, technically, isn't Seattle just a touch east of Santa Clara? So they would also be traveling west? Southwest, certainly.
You want to argue with Jay Cutta?
Yeah, all right. I'll hop on Twitter.
The team traveling west, the Patriots, won. 2003.
Did he really use the Rams as traveling east when they went to New Orleans?
That's right. You want to argue with Jay Cutta?
Well, yes.
In San Diego, the Raiders were traveling east to San Diego.
Was this when they were... Yeah, well, again.
The Buccaneers were traveling west. The Buccaneers won. In 2006, the Sea Pigeons were traveling east. The Steelers were traveling west. The Steelers won. In 2009, the Cardinals were traveling east. The Steelers were traveling west. The Steelers won. In 2013, the 49ers were traveling east. The Ravens traveling west. The Ravens won.
Okay.
In 2015,
both those teams are almost always going to be traveling in those directions whenever they go to any game that's not played at their home stadium. Knock it off with this list.
There's 5 more. And all of them have won. So therefore, this year, Doug, we now have a fiduciary responsibility to our families to bet on the Patriots and take the 4.5 points. And damn it, maybe we should just take the 2-1 on the money line.
And this is because they're traveling west.
That's correct. And the Seahawks are traveling
almost due south.
South, but also a little west.
Yeah.
And regardless of what they do, Doug, they're going to make history because the Patriots are either going to become the first team to win for a Super Bowl in each time zone, or lose a Super Bowl in each time zone.
Oh, that's
Oh, gosh.
Fun facts, don't tell.
Okay. How does that figure into the betting line?
I don't know. Jay Cutta didn't touch on it.
Jay Cutta. Who the hell is Jay Cutta?
I guess
Jay Cutler?
I guess St. Louis is a touch east.
Yes.
A touch west of New Orleans, so they would travel east, but I mean, just barely.
I mean, is Jay Cutta right or wrong?
I guess he's right. I guess
so you're
he's
not
right.
going to argue with him now?
I know Jay Cutta is the name.
Yep.
Okay.
It's almost New Orleans is almost exactly due south of here.
Yeah, it's like
almost
due south.
exactly.
It's like due south of Belleville.
Well, I don't know, because New Orleans is at 89.9 longitude.
Yep.
St. Louis is at 90.2.
What do you got to say to Jay Cutta?
That's about as close as you can get to being.
Do you even
exactly,
geography?
I do geography, and this is almost as close as you could get to being exactly south of here.
We
and
make
be another
picks,
major city.
you make money. Jay Cutta makes picks, you make money.
Is this the same Jay Cutta who's bio reads CEO of Different Breed Management LLC?
What's that?
I don't know. Maybe I got the wrong account.
St. Louis is almost exactly due north of Memphis, too. Almost exactly. Which would figure since they're on the same river.
Huh.
I'm trying to find out more about Jay Cutta.
The Illini are going to treat Tommy Bizzo like a pug tomorrow night. Doug, that's some Wooden Shoe 2. Looks like he's excited about tomorrow night's festivities in East Lansing.
Okay, you got me looking at the United States map like it matters at all.
When the Patriots win, you'll be apologizing to Jay Cutta on
won't
Monday
be.
morning.
It'll have nothing to do with it.
It'll be
Calipari, Izzo, and if Patino was in here, we're talking Italian special, we're talking rigatoni, marinara.
That won't have anything to do with it either.
By the way, Joe Lenardi just updated
bracketology.
Wow. Bad news for the Billikens and Illinois matchup.
The Billikens.
No, it's still there.
Oh, good.
I was looking at Iowa State and St. Louis. Iowa State is in St. Louis, and their 7 seed, Iowa State is a 2 seed, would be Iowa. And if they can get past St. Mary's, not Kwame Voyukas, the Force alma mater, but the school out west. But now Dilladoy is going to be taking on Charleston, and the Billikens taking on Georgia. New Mexico out. Georgia. And maybe Coach Schertz talks it over with Dennis Gates and does a little scouting.
This will change by this time next Wednesday.
The over-under for that game would be like 181.
Yeah.
Georgia scores about as much as anybody in the SEC. That'd be fun.
Okay, I wouldn't worry about it because this stuff changes. With the wind, it changes.
Well, when we start talking Billikens and Georgia in the NCAA tournament in St. Louis, and then if both teams win, Illinois and St. Louis U, it sets up a Sunday for the ages in downtown St. Louis as the Billikens go up against ILL with a trip to the Sweet 16 on the line. Hello again, everybody. You are looking live at downtown St. Louis.
Okay. As long as the Billikens get to play in St. Louis, I'll be happy. I don't really care who they play. I'm just kind of surprised that the tournament committee would give a team that much of a home court advantage, unless you're a number 1 seed, maybe.
Billikens and Illinois both in the East Regional, and whoever would win that game between St. Louis University and Illinois would take on one of St. John's, Ricky Pitino, and Rock Chalk Jayhawk. Those are the 3 and 6 seeds. Those games taking place in Buffalo.
Okay. Was that a hot take? A hot take bassoon?
Pretty good, right?
Very dramatic. Yeah.
Doug, how awesome has it been to work next to perfection like Tim all these years? Also, you want to come over and snuggle this weekend while we watch SLU on ESPN Plus. That's from Katie Woo's burner.
And they have to if I don't get it. If I don't get ESPN Plus, I'm coming somewhere.
Did you answer the first question?
Yeah, it'd probably be nice. Maybe 5 minutes on that.
Oh, that was on what's it like working next to perfection?
Yep.
Well, when I see perfection, I'll know.
Oh, you.
How about that?
Unbelievable. Hold on. I hear a bassoon. Tim, what time does Lenardi have those games starting? Hold on a second. Let me look.
He won't know. He's simply making it up.
So if the Billikens play at Enterprise Center, I guess they'd be traveling east, right?
A couple blocks. Yeah, a couple blocks.
It's a good take right there, John.
Yeah, and Illinois is traveling west. I guess that means take Illinois.
Yeah.
According to Jake.
For that reason and that reason alone.
They won't be in St. Louis unless they're a 4-seed or better. That's from John Scores.
It wouldn't seem fair. Gosh, I hope they are. But if I'm another team, I wouldn't think it would seem very fair to not be a really high seed and still get a home court advantage like that. I guess maybe if the committee wants to pack the buildings as much as they possibly can, then you could understand it.
But then is it fair to Georgia?
No, it isn't really. It wouldn't be fair to Illinois if that's the team they would play in round 2 either, really.
Your choices, Doug: Buffalo, Greenville, Oklahoma City, Portland, Tampa, Philadelphia, San Diego, and the gateway to the West.
Yeah. Well, San Diego would be okay, too, if we got to go and cover it. And we're going to need to spend at least a week out there.
Yeah.
Yeah, site check.
Yeah. Get our bearings.
Get used to Joe go out of the week early to spring training to do a site check.
Pocket tube's not going to set itself up.
Yeah, pocket tube.
God, that is a lot to consider here, and we'll start getting you ready for the Billikens in Georgia on March 21st. We'll be doing interviews with guys who cover the Bulldogs on Monday, and whoever's covering Charleston to get you ready for the Illinois matchup against Charleston. And those interviews start on Monday.
Yeah. People need to get ready because if it weren't for us, they wouldn't know how to handle it when the game rolled around. This is so ominous. I just feel like there's someone right behind me.
Clip that off. Love the dramatic music after a hot take. Keep it up, Jackson. That's from Who's Your Daddy?
That's the proudest I've seen you in a while.
The Nevin Shapiro podcast. He's this guy. I'll tell you what. He's the Lewis and Clark of Take Smith podcast audio.
Yeah.
This music is great. This is what I play as I approach Sweet, Sweet Kai from behind. That's from the recovering alcoholic from Belleville and Webster Groves. If Illinois beats the Spartans tomorrow night, is Drink going to be the front runner for Tom Izzo's job? Doug, that's from that name.
He's certainly going to get a raise and an extension. There's no question about that. Like, if you were walking to your car in a dark parking lot at night and that music was somehow playing, you'd think you were being followed, right?
Yeah. This is the fine work by Johan Johannesson.
Oh, is that right?
The Beast.
Oh, no. Not going to get out of this alive.
Jackie Papers and I, we've been invited to play golf down in Jupetown while we're due there for spring training. Those broadcasts start a week from Monday. Healthcare Evolution, the presenting sponsor of TMA at spring training, coming up from the 16th through the 20th. Doug will get back out there, I guess. Maybe play with that Adam Long's father at his place, playing PGA National. Mr. Siders, and you have a bet that you're going under 100 at PGA National on the champion course?
I have a gentleman's bet.
What does that mean?
Well, I'm not going to put any money down.
All right.
Yeah.
You could shoot 100 there.
I think, but I've never played there. I don't know what the conditions are going to be. I haven't played in a while. Probably just not best to bet. Plus, I've said it before, I'll say it again. I don't bet with people who are bad vibes.
Why the bad vibes?
Really? Well, ask him. I'm not the one bringing the bad vibes.
Oh.
Mr. Siders, you can call in at 314-974-0101. And if you want to get some work in, Jackson, before this gentleman's bet, I would suggest heading on over to 5-Iron.
Yeah, great call.
It's just so glorious. And the food is so good as well.
What do you got? I'm trying to try the wings out there.
Oh, choice. 5 different sauce options.
Yeah,
and here's the play. And then you guys looked at me like, you don't know about this? The hot honey.
Oh, that is the play.
Doug, have you been doing hot honey on pizza?
I have not.
Chairman, you're on it? Hot honey?
Doug pours tap water on this pizza. Dips
something
in tap
bland.
water.
I mean,
I put honey in hot tea.
We went there one Sunday afternoon, my wife and our 2 boys. And the boys are all over the pizza, and I go, I guess I'll try something. I'm usually not eating pizza like at 3 in the afternoon on a Sunday, but what the hell? Because Friday night's pizza night.
Sure it is,
And I go, God bless America, this pizza's so good here.
Yeah.
And she goes, oh, it's got the hot honey on
With the pepperoni, it's a great
Forget
flavor.
about it.
Yeah, it's a great flavor combo.
It's unbelievable. Five Iron's got great food. Oh, yeah, and then it's got a bunch of TrackMan simulators with 200 of the best courses in the world on The Sims. Plus, you can just get your clubs dialed in or just practice. I mean, that's what it's all about. The place is located on Forsyth at 8015 Forsyth Boulevard. Go online at 5irongolf.com. You may see me, but when I am getting work in, I probably have AirPods in and a couple of instructors around.
Sunglasses, probably.
Don't even think about approaching.
Yeah. When I'm done and I cool off, I might take a picture, but I've got to have the steps to it.
But you don't have to.
Steam coming off the top of your
Steam
head.
coming off the top of my head, like I'm playing at Giant Stadium. That's just the way that it works. It's 5irongolf.com, a wonderful bar, wonderful restaurant, wonderful place to play golf or just practice. Take the family, take friends, 5irongolf.com. The program is called TMA. It's presented by Brown & Crouppen on 101 ESPN. Oh. How am I supposed to do a show?
You can't. Shut her down.
So last night, my wife goes out with the girls, and you know what that means.
You're alone with the kids.
That's right.
And they're busy.
So the boys come down to the basement, bother me, but I guess there's nobody there to watch them.
Gosh, it's got to be annoying.
Thank you.
So would you call your wife and tell her to get home?
Get home.
Yeah.
So they start beating the hell out of each other, per usual. And my now 4-year-old, he just turned 4, is obsessed with 2 things, Doug. Jackson's very pleased with one of them, that is the Missouri Tigers. I mean, this guy is obsessed with the Missouri Tigers. I don't know how this... I remember asking you...
That's what going to that football game did for him.
I'm telling you. I've said that to my wife so many times that if we don't take him to the Missouri-Alabama game, this doesn't happen. He had his birthday party last week, and he had this tiger cake. There's tiger stuff everywhere. Now, he'll go to the Billiken game, and he'll be in Billiken stuff. And then he wears glasses. And I posted this on my Instagram page. And I'm just like, I don't know why this kid's wearing sunglasses. I don't know where he would get, like, this self-importance from.
Right. It's her side, the wife's side.
Thank you. I didn't want to say that, but yeah, But he actually wears them because of Robbie Avila. That's the reason why he wears glasses. I didn't know that.
Really?
Yeah. Now, they're sunglasses, so he's not wearing the...
Close enough.
Yeah. But then the Tiger thing. So he's got the Tigers thing, and then he's also obsessed with Zach Brown.
The singer.
A little bit of chicken fried?
Zach Bryan. Bryan, I apologize. And I maybe said Zach Brown because I understand that Zach Bryan, is he problematic?
No, I don't think so. I think he's
Chairman Kurtz pursing his lips. I just want to let you know what your involuntary reaction was. Told me that he is.
it's hard to say.
Doug, is he problematic?
I haven't heard that he's problematic. Why would he be?
So there's a lot of he said, she said.
Oh, okay.
Well,
that's all you're going to tell us? We got to figure it out on our own.
Nobody's interested in this. Plus, Tim, go on, Tim.
Oh, for heaven's sakes.
And so we'll be sitting there, and he'll want me to put a Zach Bryan song on. And the song that he has been obsessed with is Motorcycle Drive-By. Doug, you familiar with that? I think it might have been on that Yellowstone. And Carlos Spicy Wiener says everybody in Jefferson County thinks that they're on Yellowstone. I wasn't aware of that. But now he's moved on to Dawn's. You familiar with that? Maggie Rogers. She was a student at a school in New York, and then she performed in front of Pharrell, who just got the Lifetime Achievement Award at 52, but he looks like he's 26. Did you see that on the Grammys?
Yeah. He's usually in the 10-gallon hat.
Yeah. Cam Newton, Chairman Kurt, look, yeah. And that's Maggie Rogers, who he does the duet with. But now he will not play that song because Zach Bryan says the F word.
Oh,
and I said, you better not listen to QFTA.
Yeah. Does he comment on STL today?
Yeah, I'm like, I go, honestly, it's just because he said a bad word doesn't mean it's a bad thing. And plus, it's easy because Dawn's is already up on the YouTube, and I can just hit it, and we can move on with our evening.
Right. Of course, this is about the convenience.
Thank you, because again, what are we doing?
Right. We're not looking for new music right now, brother.
And then I said, and I'm scrolling through, and I go, there's Nelly. And my older son goes, who's Nelly? And I go, oh.
Yeah, you're about to get learned.
You're about to get learned real nice, like.
Yeah.
So now we're just going through Nelly's catalog. And he wasn't familiar with country grammar.
Oh, I bet he liked it a lot.
Oh, you better believe it.
Yeah.
And he's like, why they got a Rams jersey on? And I go, now this is why you, who I'm so proud of for hating the Chiefs.
Yeah, the boy.
But your partners, now who of course weren't alive when Clark Hunt made his vote, should, because guess what? That Orlando Pace jersey that Nelly's running around in, Hall of Famer, left tackle for the Super Bowl champion, St. Louis Rams. And then there's a guy with the mask on. Doug, who is that? That wasn't Murphy Lee, was it?
That's Slowdown.
Was that Slowdown? It wasn't Ali.
Why are you looking at me? I'm the last guy who would know.
Tom Cruise wore a mask and eyes wide shut.
Fidelio, Jake's Coke, Rails.
Yeah, it was Slowdown.
Slowdown confirmed. And then the YouTube automatically went to Can You Stand the Rain?
Oh, perfect.
And I'm just like, boys, we're settling in.
Yeah. That is some good. That's some good learning right there. They went through some history.
So my wife goes, how's it going? I said, we're just going through some Nelly videos.
Yeah.
She wrote back, sounds appropriate. I'll be home soon.
Oh, yeah.
What do you want me to do? What do you want me to do?
Rescue the kids.
She's like, I'm getting the check.
That'll teach her to leave the house again.
Thank you. Yep, that's how we handle
She got
things.
all the cleaning done?
I said, woman, you get home, you clean up these fixins.
Yeah, I would think so.
Right, someone's got to clean up the
Man,
fixins.
someone's lost control over there.
Thank you. Chingy represent some Dale in Grubville. Doug, Chingy went to
represent.
McKernan North?
I think
So
I don't
Chingy
know.
and also Jaquan, were they both in the wake of Nelly's success? Like,
Aye.
Here comes St. Louis rap.
Yep, absolutely.
Makes sense.
Do you remember somebody brought it up in the text line, Mr. Mudjack Mike. Do you remember the tip drill video on BET late nights?
Doug, did you ever watch the tip drill video in
There's something else I missed.
Late
No.
nights?
Too hot for TV. I think they scrubbed it from the internet like Steadfast Eyes.
Could you imagine Doug getting home from the 4 Fox, working all damn day, throwing on BET to watch music videos for 2 hours before getting out to do radio again in the
Tip
morning?
drill, yeah, just what I was looking to do.
Tim, do you remember the channel The Box?
Sure.
Yeah, Jackson, that was way before
Call
your
in
time.
and make your music video requests.
Was that like TRL?
Yeah.
Okay.
But
Sans Carson Daly.
I believe you paid for it on The Box, though. Like you could call in and pay to get a video
Great
played.
investment.
That's like touch tunes now. The bars have touch tunes where you can sign in and play music like a jukebox, which is kind of fun.
How does a guy from South St. Louis never tell his kids about Nelly? Come on!
Oh,
it's from the
You just
314
heard the
that was sent
story.
in caps.
You just heard the story of him telling about
I
Nelly.
mean, one of them was 3 up until a week ago.
Right when the child's born, you need to be starting.
We haven't had like a lot of in-depth conversations.
No. Except about Mizzou.
Obsessed with Missouri. And we play, and then, the other night I was telling Jackson this. I said, I put him to bed, which again, what are we doing here?
Yeah.
I've got a show to get ready for.
Right.
And by get ready for, I mean show up 2 minutes before.
Yeah.
But okay, I'll do this. And he opens his arms to give me a hug. And I open my arms. And then he walks up and he kicks me right in the balls. This is 2 nights ago.
No.
Aiden the Tiger, as I apparently now have to call him.
Did he think that was funny, or was it an
And I
accident?
said, I got to tell you something. I said, I'm going to teach you about gambling. I'm going to teach you about, some other things here. But I wasn't planning on having this conversation at the age of 3. You can't be kicking guys in the balls. It's a quick way to wind up at the bottom of the river.
Yeah.
So it was a good father-son conversation. I go back in the bed, and he comes into our room, and he opens the door, and he says, Dad, I'm sorry. Hug? And I'm like, look at this MFer.
Is he going
can't
to
be
kick you
mine.
again?
And I go up to him, and I open my arms, and he kicks me right in the balls again, and then runs out. You can say bastard. It's fine.
Fool me twice, Doug.
Yeah.
Oh.
And I mean, I'm on the floor.
Writhing.
Yeah.
Huh.
So this guy's a problem. But I guess he's a true
Sounds like
son.
it. Yeah.
He's got like 6 different Missouri jerseys.
Maybe I will have kids.
I got hit in the eye with a bubble maker. Gordy caught me in there with a big right-handed
Bubble maker. Oh, one of those things.
Like a wand.
Yeah, a wand that you press
like
the button,
an
the
Hitachi
bubble
magic
come out.
wand.
He hit me right in the eye. I thought I was going to have a black eye.
How'd you discipline him?
I said, listen, mister, this happens again. Your ass is grass. That's what I told him.
Yeah.
I really thought I'd have a black eye.
So this is the second person on the
cracked
show whose
right-
ass is grass. Your grandson, Gordy, and Martin from Kwame Boyukas the
Yeah.
Fourth.
Yeah.
Maybe my son, my younger son might know.
They should be on alert.
Where is the ominous music behind Tim's story? That's from the Kansas City Hoosier.
That's a good question.
Must be such a privilege to be Tim's son. That's from Eric in the Central West End.
Gosh.
Tim, that was the Italian side of him. Some Chairman Steve.
Would you have ever done that to your father at any age?
Oh, God.
Hell no.
Hell no.
Yeah, those were in the beating years. You'd take a horrible.
Was that a song by Mike and the Mechanics, The Beating Years? Or was that The
Horrible
Living Years? There it is.
There it is.
The beating years.
Do you think Dan Orlovsky's son kicks him in the nuts?
If he does it with gusto, I bet he's proud.
Yeah, I bet he's proud.
If he does it quick like a hiccup, first in line to kick your dad in the balls.
Kick him once and then go to apologize and kick him again?
And then if he didn't like it, your effort in kicking me in the nuts just wasn't cool.
My mother-in-law, who's listening to the program, just texted me. I have buck swope, and my mother-in-law texted me during the program. Tim, you're right. Chingy went to McClure North. He was in my entrepreneur class. His real name, Howard Bailey. How about that?
Nice.
Huh.
My mother-in-law taught in McClure North.
Oh, did she?
Yep. How about that? There you go. McClure North, Doug. And Michael McDonald?
He was just McClure.
McClure.
Yeah.
And then Mike McDonald also is coaching the Seahawks this weekend.
Yeah. Same guy.
And went to McClure.
Mm-hmm.
Was he a Hazelwood East Spartan?
I don't know.
The skipper's gal, Kathleen Madigan, is a McClure North alum.
Really?
That's what AI's telling me, but
is that right?
It says includes Kathleen Madigan, Chingy, and Miss USA Shandi Finnessy.
Oh, Shandy Finnessy. I remember her. Yeah, that was maybe 25 years ago or so.
Timmy probably tried to kick you in the shins, but it was so due to your stature he missed. That's from the 618.
Yeah.
It's unfortunate. Now my son's kicking me in the balls, and I got height jokes coming in.
You going to get a cup or something?
I told him, and then I come back in again.
Third time.
And he wants it again. I said, I'm out.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, the fact that I got duped on the second one.
Yeah.
I'm getting outplayed by a 4-year-old.
And he's laughing the whole time.
Yeah. Yeah. He's a little demon.
Yeah.
/ tiger. Yeah, he'll have a Tiger Board account soon. Yeah. You can text into the program 314-399-9646. Air Comfort Service text inbox, TMA 101 ESPN. Michael's Flooring is local, and it's been in business for 3+ decades. Michael takes great pride in helping and making sure his employees are happy and making a great living. His passion's flooring. When you order from him, he wants you to have the best experience for the best price. That is why he is making sure he gets the best installers, giving him $7 a square yard in carpet installation, which is incredible compensation in this industry. Just come in or talk to him, and you will see the difference. They want to make sure they suggest the best thing for you, not pushing what corporate is telling them they have too much of. There's a reason he's continued to grow through the 31 years. Employees love working for him as they feel like family, and he makes sure they're taken care of. And this then rubs off on the families buying the product as they make sure they have the best interest of the buyers at heart. They have it all, but carpet's awesome, and it's back. They have so many varieties of all flooring and 3 easy to get to locations in St. Louis, Creve Coeur, Darden Prairie, and St. Peter's. Come see why people are loving getting floored by Michael. Make sure you visit igotfloored.com. Doug will be honest with you, we've fallen behind.
Oh,
so this is
no.
going to be a quick segment. And then we're going to come back with the winner of the Design Air Heating and Cooling email today. The program is called TMA 101 ESPN. The final football Friday, and as we've said all week, it's the last call for football, and FanDuel is giving you a daily profit boost every single day leading up to the game. Today's 30% profit boost is for first quarter markets, all passing, receiving, and rushing yards. So do you think the Patriots are going to try to establish the run early, get Stevenson over his first quarter rushing total, or will the Seahawks be feeding JSN to get their star going? All you have to do is opt in each day and place an eligible bet to use that day's profit boost. So whether you're locking in early lines, riding your favorite props, or taking one last swing before the final whistle, FanDuel is giving everyone something extra to cheer for during football's final week. Doug, what play are you looking at here? Because you've been making picks and we've been making money.
I'm going NBA because I'm such a
you are well versed
wizard. We got Miami at Boston tonight. Boston's hot. They've won 3 or 4 in a row. They're only a 5.5 point favorite. Miami's mediocre, about a 500 team. Take the Celtics to cover.
Love it.
Boom. Jackson likes to play, and if Jackson likes to play, the play will make money. There it is. Play your game with FanDuel, official sportsbook partner of Super Bowl 60. Must be 21 and older and present in Missouri. Opt-in required. Bonus issued as non-withdrawable profit boost tokens. Restrictions apply, including any token expiration and max wager amount. See terms at sportsbook.fanduel.com. Gambling problem, call 1-800-GAMBLER.
This is Jackson with a Sports Center update brought to you by Saliga Heating and Cooling. The Hornets defeat the Rockets 109-99. Con Knipple was 24 points. That was another Sports Center update brought to you by Saliga Heating and Cooling, a Daikin heating and air conditioning dealer.
TMA 101 ESPN, Jackie Papers has the winner of the Design Air Heating and Cooling email of the day. Who got today, Papers? I was told your vote doesn't even matter today because the winner's already been picked.
The first three votes were the same. Shooter McGavin.
Shooter McGavin gets it.
He had a big day.
Has anybody got more than one win so far in the month of February?
Nope.
Wow. Diverse leaderboard again, Doug. Kind of like what we see out there at the Waste Management. Why, Scotty Scheffler, I threw a little taste on him because I'm getting with a little FanDuel profit boost, plus 30% on it.
Oh, it's a good play.
So I think I got him at like plus 2,100 because he shot 2 over yesterday. I mean, I know he's 10 back. But Doug the shot dispersion around the pin for Scheffler. That shot dispersion is so taut, isn't it?
Okay. It really taught us, what are you calling it?
Shot dispersion.
That. Yeah. Really, extremely taut.
We'll see how he responds this afternoon.
Okay.
Got a bunch of friends who are out there at that thing. At hole number 16, Pony. Pony.
It's the best hole in golf.
I am telling you. My favorite hole on the property.
Yeah.
BK and Ferrari are coming up next. Time for us to shut it down. We will be back on Monday to see if the Seahawks were able to break the curse of teams traveling east as they head way out east to Santa Clara, California from Seattle, Washington.
Not east.
For Jackson Burkett, for Chairman Kurt, for Martin Kilcoyne, for my brother Kevin, for Douglas Sullivan Vaughn, I'm Tim McKernan. This has been The Morning After, presented to you by Brown and Crouppen from the Stiefel Studios on 101 ESPN and the TMA STL YouTube channel.